Hello there guys and gals, the Welsh Hunter here, back with yet another 100% achievement and trophy guide, and this time we're getting it all in the excellent Talos Principle 2. This was developed by Crow Team, published by Devolver Digital, and is available for $24.99/$29.99, but is currently included on Xbox Game Pass, so go get that Game Pass going from sites like Loaded or Amazon to save yourself some money. So if you played the first one, it's more or less the same, but with bigger puzzles and an even more beautiful environment. It is a bit of a gem of a game where robots think they're humans, because all the humans are dead, wiped out, extincto. There's also a lot of achievements going on, collectibles, lots of those, small miscellaneous ones, but the big one is we need to do very specific things in Act 4 in order to then manipulate the cloud save to vote for all 3 different mayors. If it doesn't work, you'll need to replay the game a further 2 times, which nobody wants. So we can go ahead and just begin the game here, empty save slot, crack on with it, job done. Now, all in all, you should be looking at around maybe 10 to 12 hours to get this done. So, with that being said then, let's do it. Now, for the sake of being quickingness, what I will be doing, if you go ahead and pause, you can go ahead and skip any cutscenes. And we will begin very much right at the beginning. We have, obviously, this is the sort of prologue before the prologue, just telling you sort of how to do the puzzle. So as we begin, walk forward, head slightly left, and you will be able to pick up this jammer. Either with the left or right trigger, does not matter. Take it back to the other side, and press the right trigger there to jam it. You will have to aim it at things a little bit later on in the game. So with that one unjammed, we can now simply nip forward through, obviously you can sprint with the left button if you want. I don't normally sprint, especially during the puzzle parts, as it goes a little bit too quick. We want to take our time just to make sure we get things absolutely right. So pick up the box. It's called a hexadron or whatever it's called. I'm just going to, hexadon, whatever. I'm just going to call it a box because it's easier. Pop it on the plate and walk forward. Okay, as we head to the left,
This land
we get Elohim is going to be talking to us. We're just going to keep going all the way to the left. Now, what you're going to see are these QR codes throughout the game. They're not needed or necessary for any achievements, but it is good for story. If you really want to check out the story, make sure to check them out. You'll see them all through the game. But we'll head from there to the right. You can see the big purpley bit that we're going to go through, or blue, whatever color it is. So now, these are the next set of puzzles. So pick up the box, drop it down, and we have to pick up specific, grab the box just to the right of it there, and we can pop that on the box behind, so it makes a bit of a staircase. But now, what we can do is we have to start collecting these shapes, sigils they're called, in order to, once you've collected them, we can then unlock gates to progress further. So, yeah, let's just crack on with it. Meow! Broken legs. Would be if I was human. So take a left, and we will go through this next little blue part. And we have to, as you can see now, collect L. We need to take the L and leave. So pick up the box there, and we'll drop it over to the right, where we can jump up. And then pick up the next box. Drop down, go to the other box, again pop that back on top. And then grab the other box. And again, just make yourself like a teensy-tiny little staircase. There we go. Jump over. Head to the right, up the steps. And there we go. So you can take your L and leave. And now we need to get a minus sign. It's kind of like playing Tetris to open up gates. Clever, clever. Alright, from here then, what we're going to do is take a left. And again, we will grab the box. We'll pop this down on the pressure plate. And we can just walk straight forward, pick up, jump up, and then turn around, grab the box again from the ground. And then we'll just walk forward, pop it down, jump up, ta-da! Okay, now before we leave, we're actually going to grab, there's an achievement for reading 30 terminals. So if we just go up the steps slightly, pop this box down sort of on the edge, as much on the edge as you can. Now, obviously, I will be editing out a lot of the jumps that I failed to make, which was twice there. But there is one terminal. Now, again, I'm not quite sure if that does count at the moment. But yeah, there are a lot of these sort of hidden terminals and stuff throughout the game that we need to read, or at least find. So jump back up anyway. And we don't actually need the box anymore, so we can just head straight through to the left and continue on our merry little woe. Right, so straightforward. The first gate is done, so you'll press the X button to use the arranger. You know, apparently I think I'm a DJ or something. I don't know. Anyway, once you have got that, then you can rotate it with the left trigger. So just put the one long line on the left, and then just arrange the other two so so the upside down L and then a right side L. Ta-da! This should be easy enough to follow along. I don't go super fast because, you know, you don't want to be pausing every 2 seconds. Now, if you head to the right here, again, you can see another QR code that you can read. Again, these are not necessary for any achievements, but if you want to be grabbing everything, you can. I won't be grabbing everything like that in the playthrough unless it's necessary for an achievement. So through to the next puzzle then, what we're going to do is grab this fan, and we're going to go over to the right, put this fan on the pressure plate where we can grab another 2 boxes. So the first one, we will drop and put it down. We'll just chuck it there for now for a second while we go get the other one. Let's go get the other one. Alright, with that one done then. So, the way you've got to do this, and the puzzles in this game are very, very specific. You have to do things in a very specific way. Obviously, it's how puzzles work. So, put the fan down then on the box, and then what we need to do is, so we will grab this box, and then we will place that on top of the fan, grab the next box, jump up, and then place the box down on the lever, or on the pressure plate below, and then that will make us jump up, and that is how we grab that. So, again, I do apologise if some of these go a little bit quick. I do try going slow, quick as I can. But anyway, once you grab that, head through to the left now. And we're going to be seeing some new puzzles coming up in a bit. So, grab the fan, and we'll pop that down on the pressure plate. That'll get this fan going, so we can jump up. Jump up, and get down. Jump. Grab the box and just drop straight down. Yeah, we'll just leave that for now then. Let's grab the fan, take it off, and we're going to place the box where we put the fan on the plate. Grab the fan again, jump up, and then we can put the fan down on the switch. And there we go. Now we can take our ZZZ. ZZ. See how ZZ was that? Yeah. How funny. Okay, turn to the right. And to the right again, through this little archway. Nope, that's a wall. Okay, there we go, through the archway. And then if we go around to the left, we can, jump our way up. So jump up onto the fan right there, and then turn the lever on. Yeah, and then we'll spin it around. Grab the box. And then what we'll do is, if we go towards the laser, obviously you can't die from the laser, so don't worry about that, but we'll just place it in front of the laser so it gets all like... shut down. Shut down. Grab the L from inside of the gate. And now, incredibly, because we're robotic and also, we can actually just grab the box straight through the small gap. That comes in handy, huh? Right, so put it just in front of the laser again. So what we could do is jump up. Don't jump up all the way though. So if you just jump up a little bit, then we can grab it. If you jump up all the way, you're not actually able to grab it. So we can just do it that way. Just drop the box down there for now while we jump over to the other side with the pressure plate here. And if we go to the right, take the jammer. Now again, you will need to actually aim the jammer. So if you move the camera up a little bit, you'll be able to unjam the blue part right... excuse me, I don't know what happened there. Right in front of you. You can't just place it down and it'll automatically do it. You actually have to aim. Isn't that incredible in a game? You actually have to aim at things. So, there we go. You're all good now. You can just leave that there. In fact, no, you need to put the jammer on the pressure plate, of course. Doi. So, we'll try again. There it is, man. Got there in the end. Alright, so once we come out of here, we will turn to the right. Since that's the only way that we can go. And if we go through where we previously couldn't access, coming through this blue bit on the right to grab the next jammer. And then we can just place it here in order to get through to the next one directly in front of us. And then pick up the next jammer, head back through to the right, and we can just aim it at the fan or whatever that is on the wall, and that will get us through to the right and grabbing the last ZZZ. Excellent. Okay, so obviously as the puzzles further in the game get a little bit more complicated, we can go through, grab the box here. Obviously, there will be a lot more miscellaneous achievements tied to puzzles later on in the game. So head to the straight and then through to the right, where we can see this first gate, which is locked. So we're going to leave the box there, go to the second gate, and then just solve this little puzzle. So we have some new puzzle elements now to crack on with. Now, for some reason, I could not, as we go straight, so I could not figure out this for the life of me for like 10 minutes. So we need to take the connector. Now, with these connectors, you need to look at each individual thing that you want to connect it to and press the left trigger. So we've got two things here. So you need to select it with the left trigger. So you need to pick up the connector, look at the one thing, press the left trigger to connect it, and then you need to look at the other thing and then press the left trigger so that two beams of light will go. Again, it doesn't do it automatically. Whatever you want to connect it to, you've got to look at it and then press the left trigger on each one, if that makes sense. So once you've done that, then you grab the connector, come out, bring it around, and then you need to, again, to select it. So again, you need to select the two of them. So you need to select the other connector, and then the fan or the switch or whatever you want to call it on the wall. And there we go. That'll get one big momentous light switch going. And job's a good one. Number T. I mean tit. T. Tit. Anyway, we've got the T. Head to the right, in through to the next blue part. And then if we go to the right, we can see the next one that we need to do. So pick up the connector again. Now, sometimes they may all be connected. You will have the ability there, as you can see, to deselect all holding the right trigger. Because it doesn't work. We need all four going. So what we need to do, if you look to the left, this is what we need to connect. And then to the left of the wall, and then to the right on the wall, and then right at the top in the middle. Then you can pop it down, and that is how you get all four things going. So again, apologies if I was a little bit quick there. But head up anyway and grab the L. Take your L and leave. Used to say that about Manchester United every game. But now we don't, and football's fun again. I mean, soccer is fun again. Football, soccer. Right, as we head out, go to the next one on our right. Now, for whatever reason, this one took me a while. Not a while to solve, it wasn't actually too bad, but we'll pick up the connector, and we'll connect this and the one on the left. So oh, there we go. So get those two going. Now, as we get more connectors, we have to put them in specific ways so they're not like beaming against each other. For whatever reason, it took me quite a few minutes to solve. So there we go. So just get those two lights going there. One on the right, one on the left. Oh, and again, as you can see, if it doesn't work, you should just be able to pick it up and move it. Again, sometimes the lights stay on automatically if you've already selected the lights, selected the switches and stuff. Other times, you may have to just basically do it again, which is fine. Alright then, so with this third one, what we need to do, we need to basically take this into the sort of back corner. Now, what you will see is mistakes, and I haven't edited them out because you basically need to see which ones. If I basically edited them out and just put the solution in, it may probably look pretty damn confusing as to which ones that I've done and which ones that I haven't done. So this is more of a case of you need to basically line up all these connectors in such a way that none of the lights and none of the lasers are hitting each other, and that obviously you can get straight through to the gate. So, yeah, I do apologize. This does take about a minute or so. So the one that we've just picked up on the right, what we need to do is just connect the two. The one switch, which is on the left-hand side of the purple wall, and the other one that it's already connected to there. That is what we need to connect it to. But yeah, so yeah, again, I do apologize. There was a bit of a lengthy sort of mistake. I was connecting everything correctly, but putting them in the wrong places. So they were all, you know, basically just, yeah, it wasn't going well. They were all hitting each other. And again, if I edited this part out, then it would have looked pretty confusing as to which part. So yeah, just follow it along here and, you know, just place the connectors where I eventually place them. And we should be able to get going. But again, my apologies on this part. See, that wasn't so bad, was it? Yeah, I promise the rest of the game won't be as complicated as I just made that simple puzzle. Anyway, grab your tea. Grab the T and the other T. So you got two T's. So that's a TT you've got. And head out. Head to the right again through to the next one. So the very, very right. And now we need to grab Am's line. Now, so straight away we'll just head straight for the past the connector into the little area here. Grab the box. And what we're going to do then, we're going to pop this box right about anywhere sort of around here, just in front of the connector. So then what we'll do, head to the left and head into the next area and grab the next connector. We'll go through to the left again and we will select the switch on the wall. And then we will select the switch to the opposite side of the wall. There we go, that one. And then what we'll do is just place it on top of the box, and then that should give everything enough there for us to grab our next line. Slurp it up, boy. It's going to be a long night. Alright, job done. So from here, we can head out, back out again, to the right and to the right again, so we can get out through to the next right into the next puzzle area. Grabbing a box. And we will place this on top of the fan. Grab the next connector. And then from here, what we need to do is just select the... I mean, it kind of looks like a captain ship steering wheel, doesn't it? So grab the two switches on the wall and then, again, place it on the box. That should be enough to get the two laser beams going. And then we can switch on the lever. Or turn the switch on. We'll switch the switch on. Makes sense. Alright, and now we can get through the gate to the left, grab ZZZZ. See, again, it's as easy as that. Oh, I'm sorry. Right, from here, we will head to the right-hand side, through the gate, which is now all good for us, to the left, and now we can finally do this sigilly bit. So, you'll follow the puzzle, and then this is basically the end of the pre-prologue, and then we've got the prologue to go. Luckily, though, from here on out, there's no puzzles. It's basically just going to our first main hub location. It's called New Jerusalem, which we will visit. So you basically end up in this New Jerusalem Act hub, and then you do Act 1, go back to New Jerusalem, Act 2, and then just keep going like that. Like I said, again, as I said, I'll say it for the last time, but with these QR codes, there's obviously going to be loads throughout the game. They're not required, I believe, for any achievements, so that's why eventually I will just stop doing them. And the only things I will do, I will start going for achievements. The only thing specifically related to achievements, as to hopefully not confuse everyone. But there we go. That is the very first bit done. And now we are into the prologue. So, again, anytime you think this is a cutscene, you can just go ahead, press the start button and skip if you if you feel, but sometimes it is not a cutscene, sometimes it is. What you can also do though is once you interact with people, you can actually press the right trigger in order to skip all of the dialogue. You can skip the lines or you can skip all of the dialogue again. So again, just for the purpose of time for the playthrough, I will be doing that. You can speak to Neath here any whichever one answers you want. Literally does not matter at all.
Of course.
Now, what I should also question and mention as well is what Neith is going to tell us is you can look at social media posts. Now, in order to get all 3 mayors elected in Act 4, again, like I said earlier, we have to do the manipulating cloud save thing. But we also, very, very important, don't go on social media at all. And don't speak to any random NPCs. Only speak to the NPCs that I do throughout the game. If you keep speaking to specific NPCs or keep looking on social media, it may get to a point where it looks like you're prioritizing one mayoral candidate over another, therefore locking you out, therefore you'll have to play the game again. So, like I said, after all this crap, again, you can literally just say you can get going or you can go through all of the dialogue. Does not matter. Again, I will tell you which characters are more specific, or the characters that we specifically have to speak to in order for achievements, etc. But yeah, so very important, as I said, do not look at any social media posts until sort of after the game or after the mayoral candidates are done, and do not speak to any random NPCs as well.
Did. I haven't really thought. Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem.
Alright, so there we go. So we can press up on the D-pad to open our Peter interface. And there we go. So we've got our log and we have social media as well. So again, basically throughout the rest of the game, there is an achievement for looking at 10 social media posts, but we can get that after we do all the mayoral stuff. So as I said, do not interact with any sort of random NPCs as you go through the game who talk about the political mayoral stuff, and do not look at social media either, because doing any of that may sway, and you may not even realize it, but it may sway your thing, as we can just skip the cutscene here, but it may swing the favor in one candidate over another, again, like I said, therefore locking you out of the other achievements for hiring or picking someone as mayor. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully I've said that enough, and then we can just crack on and enjoy New Jerusalem. Roar!
There's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation. Exploration? Too dangerous. Expansion? Too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm going to need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the founder and all that nonsense. If you're up for an adventure, meet us at the conference room.
What's broken now?
All right, listen up. I know you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy. Great way to start life in the city, huh? What the hell is a jiffy? These bloody language libraries.
Alright, so in New Jerusalem there are quite a few achievements that we can get through, first of all. And the first, we have to choose very specific dialogue for our next encounter here with Doug as he comes around the corner. So we need to choose very specific dialogue here. This is for an achievement a little bit later on.
Hold on there. You're the new...
So first up, choose the bottom option. I don't believe in feelings. I'm just a machine.
Do you want to get on the non-cooperative path with me? Because...
Next up, choose I guess I do believe in feelings after all. Now I'm feeling, in fact I'm feeling. And then choose excited, which will be just on the right. Third on the right there.
Why?
Now choose the second left option. I'm the last of us. It's going to be special.
So, the algorithm assigned you the optimism trait. If only we could all be.
And finally, make sure to choose the top option. I'm curious to meet these people. This is what is needed, more specifically, for the not what it seems achievement. So there we go. So now we can go ahead and we're actually going to get the game's first ending, which is fantastic. So just head up to the table. And then after we go through everything, again, for this part you can choose any dialogue options that you specifically want. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so it doesn't matter these particular dialogue options. So pick what you want.
Of course. I'm sorry you've been dragged into this.
Ha! See? A fresh mind is open to the possibilities. Yaku.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for...
And to get the chicken ending, choose the bottom option. Sorry, not interested. And then, yep, the credits will nip through quickly. There will be a cutscene there where the other mayoral candidates go on the expedition and they say something like, "Ooh, 1K would have liked this, huh?" And then the chicken achievement will unlock. There we go. So, again, you can watch the cutscene if you want. We're just going to go ahead and skip it. And then basically, once we continue, we will be back in with the... at the same part we just were, talking to everyone around the table. So obviously, again, just go through the dialogue options as you were doing before. And this time at the end, say, "I'm in."
I would like to preface...
Of course.
Ha! See?
I don't share...
Excellent. Oh.
Alright, now we can start exploring them. We are good to go. Now, again, you can speak to some of the NPCs if you wish. But again, there's really no need. They don't do anything for achievements. There is one achievement we can get for speaking to everyone, but that is in Act 1, and that is just with the rest of your team. So we can head to the left. And here is one of the mayoral candidates, if you choose to talk. If you do end up speaking to any NPCs for whatever particular reason, again, you can just skip through or do what you want. But again, specifically, especially for the mayoral candidate stuff in Act 4, I would advise against speaking with a lot of random NPCs. You know, a couple here and there is fine, but not every single one. And again, avoid social media posts. So basically, if you open up your PDA, don't look at social media. The end. Okay.
It's always a pleasure to speak to...
Yes, thank you. All right, get out of my way. I got stuff to do. So head around and down, back down to the elevator where we're going to be cracking on with a couple of... Again, there's no more puzzles in this area, but we are just going to be smashing out a few miscellaneous achievements while we are... Yeah.
Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being. Thank you, and may the Founder be with you.
The first one we can get here, if we head down, and then immediately on our left there, a couple of literally two protesters. Go ahead and speak to Damien. And once you've spoken to him, you can basically... Again, you can speak to him as well if you want, but basically what we need to do for the achievement signatory is just to sign the declaration. So after you spoke to him or signed it, the achievement will unlock.
We need to investigate new... Oh, an election would be good. No, Byron's been advocating exploring. In all honesty, I think Byron is the smart... Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish...
Alright then, so once that unlocks, we can then simply turn around and we can head... You don't have to speak to Guitar guy right here, but we're going to head basically straight in front of us. Now, there are 8 locations that you need to visit in New Jerusalem as well. The first 3 we can get now, or the first 4 or 5 we can get now. The rest we can't until Act 3. So head to the left there of these signs that I was just in, and straight in front of us is the first location, the Founder of the Tablets. Or Tablets of the Founder. Well, close enough, yeah. Alright, so there's the Tablets of the Founder. Again, there's plenty throughout the game where you can read things and be like, whoa, that's cool, and see what happened to humanity and all that Magoni McPhony. Again, now in each of those locations, there will be someone here basically to tell us what these things are. So, again, you can speak to them if you want, but it's not really necessary for the achievement for visiting every location. Just as long as you actually go into each location, then that should count with all countiness. Alright then. So once you have gotten through this conversation then, we will continue heading onwards and straight throughwards. Yep, straight throughwards is now a word, and it is. So yeah, just head straight in front of... And basically in front of us there, you can see a big old statue. This is the next location, the Alexandra Denon? Is it Alexandra Denon or Drennan? Yeah, this guy, this girl, this lady, right here. So again, you could just go ahead and head up. And again, I don't believe you have to speak to these people. Just visiting the location is enough. But if you want, again, like I said, if you want to, you can speak, and there's also artifacts there on the back wall that you can listen to if you want to. Otherwise, visiting the location here is just enough.
An excellent question. I don't want to put too... Indeed. Well, where do I... A long time... By study... To commemorate our... Have a nice day.
The answer that came to me again and again was... DNA is information transmitted... Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface... When I was in 9th grade, my parents took...
Right, so if you're done looking around, let's head down the steps and go straight. Not left, but we're going straight. We're going to visit the 3rd location now. Yeah, okay. And also be with you, bruh. So into this little area here, this is Milton's Rest. Basically, somebody who is obsessed with cats. So, again, all around there's a whole bunch of pictures with cats. If you are a cat person, me, I'm allergic to cats, so I'm afraid cats can shove it. But I do love dogs, because I am the dog, the big bad dog. Highway monitor. So yes, once you have visited Milton's Rest and either spoke to or not bothered, just visiting the location will be enough, so that should be 3 out of 8 already done.
I think the... I do...
So before we head into the museum, what we're going to do, we're going to find another character to get an achievement. So if we head to the, basically all the way to the right of it. So you can see a big dome balls there. So yeah, just head past the big dome ball. You can see this little bridge now directly in front of us. Yeah, so we need to find this one specific character in order to get an achievement, that's all. Again, there's like these little museum pieces again that you can read if you want to. Now, basically, after I speak to this guy, I'm going to stop looking at random plaques which don't need anything for achievements. I'll only tell you when they are ready for achievements. So it is not quite yet. But here, this is the guy we need to speak to. Purple, who is very Texan-aroni. It's you. I'm 1K, dude. Didn't you know? Me too. Yeah. But basically, all we need to do for this one is we eventually, after just exhausting all the dialogue options, we will discuss his voice pack, and you can choose either of the options. You can tell him to keep it or change it. It literally doesn't matter. But I tell him to keep it, and that will unlock the excellent achievement. And it's not excellent, it's excellent!
They're pretty neat. Honestly, based on everything... I don't know, dude. Dude is an... Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack would give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you... Right. Before you go, dude, maybe you can help me? All right! Excellent!
See, I told you, dude, it's excellent! Okay, so this is going to be, for me, the last random NPC I talk to. So from basically here on out, any of the plaques or anything, I will tell you that we need to read these ones specifically, or if we need to speak to any NPCs specifically, I will tell you. I'm not going to go off on a tangent and speak to random people again if they are not needed for achievements. So, you get on your knees there, boy. Start praying. Okay, so from there then, we will head basically onto the mainland now. So back over the bridge. We are now going to visit the museum. So we're coming up close now to sort of getting the last few miscellaneous achievements, and then we can get on the helicopter to Act 1. So you can see the big blue domey ball bag on the left. Now, again, what we're going to do, we're going to speak to the NPC directly. His name is Scheuderfreude. Speak to this guy, Scheuler, who is directly in front of the museum. Now, for this one, what we need to do, basically, we'll just talk to him again, exhaust all the dialogues, and then we can pick any option about what he should do with his life. So again, it doesn't matter, but whatever option you can choose and pick, that will give you the Your Biggest Fan achievement.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it too, but... Byron said that if I give the... 1K. Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Right, so he's happy, we're happy, we got an achievement. So now we can go into the museum. That will also get us the Museum Visitor achievement. Now, in order to get the Museum Explorer achievement, you see all the plaques next to all of these things and all the QR codes and everything? We need to be looking at every single one. So what I've done here is basically just do everything completely ass backwards. Now, right at the back of the museum, there are 3 puzzles. I'm not sure. I don't believe you actually have to visit. You definitely don't have to complete the puzzles, but I'm not sure if you have to visit the puzzle areas. But I do know what you do need to do in order to get the Museum Explorer achievement is look at every plaque. So that's every plaque outside of these puzzle rooms, all of the QR codes, which is in the middle of the museum, and at the beginning of the museum as well. Look at all the plaques there as well. I do believe that just reading everything in the museum will get you the Museum Explorer achievement. So, as I said, you don't actually have to do the puzzles, which is always good. Now, again, unfortunately, this took around sort of 12 minutes, genuinely, and it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but it took about 12 minutes of figuring it out here to figure out what exactly it is that I needed to do. So you just need to go around and visit every QR code right at the back here as well. Up in the same area as the lot of QR codes, basically in the middle of the museum, is the little terminal computer room where we actually have to interact with in just a bit as well. But yeah, you just need to go through each individual thing, read every QR code, read every plaque next to every monument, and that is what should be enough. Again, even with those sigils there, you don't have to interact with them. As long as you just read the plaques, you don't have to finish the puzzles. So that is always good in the hood. Good in the hood. So yeah, remember the ones at the beginning as well. At the beginning of the museum, they all count as well. So if you think you've gone through every single plaque and QR code, you probably missed one. So you'll need to just look at those. So again, obviously what you'd rather want to be doing is at the beginning, just go through each room at the beginning and then just read absolutely everything. Just so you're not confused as I was. So the one that was particularly missing for me, now I did sort of interact with the sigils, didn't complete them, but interacted with them. Again, I don't believe this part is necessary to go through it all, but the one that was actually missing for me was one of the plaques that I didn't read outside of one of the puzzle rooms. So again, I'll just say it one more time then. So you need to look at every plaque which has a monument in it, all the QR codes in the middle of the museum, and each plaque at the beginning of the museum, I just said, and that each plaque at the outside of the puzzle rooms as well. So there was one, and then for me it was the other side. It was the opposite side, the one which I didn't read. But finally, once that is done, that is done. But yeah, again, that's something I made more complicated than I should have, instead of just reading everything first and then job done. So once we are in the middle of the museum, so obviously this is the puzzly room, so go to the middle of it here, then head to the right and see the 3 terminals here. Again, as I mentioned earlier on, we can speak to Rand McNally right here. But I said that we need to read 30 terminals, and here is the first 3. Do I look like your assistant? I'm Special K. I'm like that breakfast cereal, bruh. Special Kerr. Hello there, archive scholars. How are you doing? But basically what he wants us to do is interact with the middle computer and just choose a bunch of dialogue options. You can play through it twice. You can play through it once or as many times as you want. But if we just smash through all of the dialogue here...
Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal?
Right, so once he's finally done yapping, we will interact with the left terminal. Now, we'll just choose both of the dialogue options. Again, I don't even believe that it matters too much, but this is more of a just-in-case thing. So you just choose the 2 dialogue options and then exit. And then the middle computer, basically, it's like a little text game, where it basically gives you a bunch of dialogue options that you need to pick. We can't use that one yet. Selfish turd. Get out of here. But since they're not getting out of here, use the middle computer. So as I said, it's kind of like a text game where you choose to be a scientist or politician, and then you choose a couple of different options to see if humanity survives, thrives, or dies. Which again, it doesn't matter which one you pick. I just choose to play the game twice. It's only very, very short. I just choose to do it twice just to see if I could do any better. But once you've done what you've done with this one, go back to Random McNally, where hamburgers eat people, and just go through again the dialogue option. The dialogue option with Rand, again, it doesn't matter. Just choose any one until the dialogue ends. Oh yeah, before we speak to Rand, go ahead and just do the third computer there, which is basically just 2 small dialogue options again. So pick them both or just choose to exit, and then go and speak to Rand McNally.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. Before our ancestors died, the goal was to create a new consciousness. My life's work, a small... My appearance to you right now is part of... Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin. Then I have some questions for you. Isn't it? It may not immediately seem... Who did you save? As I expected. A skeptic would say this art... I absolutely agree. This...
Yeah, boy! Okay, so that is everything done in New Jerusalem for the first time around. So now what we could do is just go ahead and basically from the museum go straight ahead of us. You can see obviously big, giant, chunky building. That's where we're heading towards, so just go in, up the elevator, go and speak to everyone to finish the prologue, and we will begin Act 1, the megastructure. Now, with Act 1, obviously there's a lot more puzzles to go. We've got a north, east, south, and west side that we need to do, or just 3 of them or whatever. Again, a bunch of miscellaneous achievements in there as well, but obviously we will be getting heavy-devy in the old puzzle piles of... Basically, it's going to be a lot of puzzles to do. So, hope you're ready for a puzzling good time.
So, what's the verdict? I guess Byron was pretty convincing. Pleasure. Now let's get this show.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be, as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey. So I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
You have chosen a dangerous path. A path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody megastructure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
It really is incredible.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
So here we are then. Act 1 begins.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have...
So, there was a bit of a slight edit here, but we will come off the helicopter, everyone will start talking. We're going to head immediately to the right, and to the right again. So, past the big monument-looking thing. As we just nip past whoever the hell that was. Continue heading on the right-hand side path.
Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Now here, all you got to do is basically just continue to follow the path around. For some reason, So from here I went through, turned to the left, And we will find the first lost lab. Well, it is the lab that we need to get into. This is the story progressive lab. But there are 12 of these lost labs throughout the rest of the games, which we will find in subsequent levels. So there we go. Here is the first terminal as well. Now, if you remember in the prologue, I said that the terminals were the text adventure things. I was wrong, and I admit that, and I'm sorry. Okay? Okay? Please don't hate. Please don't hate the player or the game. Everything's pretty cute. But these are the terminals that we will get throughout the rest of the game. 30 we have to read. So there's the first one. Again, some of them you have to do anyway, and the rest, basically, you'll have to find by yourself. Which we will do. So heading back up and back out. And what we're going to do is head just towards the giant megastructure in front of us right there. And then we will get a cutscene where we can progress the story. There is some golden gates up there which you won't be able to get into until much later in the game. So for now, just head towards the megastructure. Now, like I said, the cutscenes in the game are pretty good. It's a very enjoyable game, everything about it. But again, just for the sake of time, I'm skipping all the cutscenes. So we'll head straight down, and this is where we can now enter the capsule. Enter that peel. Enter that peel, man. And damn, we look good as a robot, huh? Okay, so as I said, we will not be looking at any social media. So just for the mayoral achievements, as I said in the prologue, for the mayoral achievements later on. So we're going to head to the Grasslands Ring. So let's just do it. The Grasslands Ring. It tells you how many puzzles you've got and basically how many collectibles and stars that we need to grab. And of course, we're going to be grabbing everything. Sorry, I was being a robot there. It was a bit, you know what, robots have glitches and yeah. Okay, that was terrible. Anyway, like I said, for the mayoral achievements, we don't want the only NPCs we want to be speaking to is our team for the team spirit achievement. You will find random members of your team wandering around, probably in the same place that mine are, probably not. They're going to be randomly walking around. But anytime you see any members of your team, we will be speaking to them for an achievement. And for the mayoral stuff later on, we don't want to be on social media just in case we accidentally favour one candidate over another. So just keep that in mind. That's why you're not going to see any social media stuff. So head to the left immediately, where we're going to begin our first puzzle. RGB shifting. So, first up then, grab the RGB converter. And then we're going to, again, press the left trigger to select the one on the left and the one on the right. So the red and green. And then behind us, the blue on the wall. And then just put it down. And that will open up the first gate on the left. Grab the box. The Hagen Dragon. Just pop it down. We can't obviously get in there for now. Grab the converter again. And this time use the one on the right in front of us there. And then the blue and the green. So, yep, those three right there. And then grab the next box. And then we can just pop that on top of the other box. It doesn't matter where you put it, really. Grab it again. Use the green on the wall with the locked one. And then the blue and the red. Pop it down. Job done. So, pop both boxes down. And then stick your hand on it. Ushti.
Whoa. I'm reading an enormous...
So, let's get out of here, and then once we do, the second puzzle is directly in front of us, so let's go straight ahead. Number 2. Are you a number 2? My daughter's going through a thing at the minute where she says, are you a number 2? That means you're a poo. And it's just very funny. Right, grab the converter right in front of us, the red, the blue on the right, and the green on the left. So again, we'll pop those down. That will open up the gate directly in front of us. I'll just call it a gate. It's just easier for everyone. And then grab the next converter and then pop it down. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to select the one right in front of us, the red, and then the blue on the right. And, yep. So we'll need to grab the other converter, right in front of us, select that, and then the blue on the left, and then the other converter, and then that should open up the way for us. Lovely. Now, again, I do apologise if I do say some of the colours wrong. I am slightly colourblind, so while the blue is obvious, sometimes I might get the red and green mixed up. But hopefully I'll tell you in sort of what direction the thing is, if that makes it easier. But once we get out of here and we've done that, we'll head to the right, where this gate is now open. And this next scene is going to take a few minutes or so.
Energy of the particles to build giant tetrominos?
Excuse me?
It's another puzzle. Collect enough energy, build a bridge, access the tower. I think.
What is this, a theme park?
Maybe it's an experiment. A rat maze.
It seems like an echo of the simulation. Not a deliberate recreation, but built around the same core principles. Let's not jump to conclusions, though. What's clear is that this place was meant to be explored.
So, once Yakult has finally stopped talking, we can actually speak to him for the first out of 4 for the Team Spirit achievement. And again, that is for speaking to all 4 members of your team. Now, even if you don't see them all in the Grasslands Ring, it doesn't matter, because I get it in the next area. So you might not, it's a very big area, you might not see them all, and if that's the case, that's fine, just as long as you speak to them. You should see all 4 of them eventually as you're going along Act 1. So it's really, so it's really not bad. And I don't think you actually have to speak to them about everything, but, you know, better to be safe than sorry. But Yakult, the yogurt guy, the yogurt robot, we'll speak to him, get that out of the way. Right, so from here, head to the right. Then we're going to head to the left, and you're going to see the number 3 flashing, so head to the right. We're going to go up the steps and start this 3rd puzzle. Now, these puzzles generally in the game are very short, but obviously there are a lot of them, and some of them get a little bit more complicated as we go on. So grab the RGB converter, pop it over to the right, and put it on the pad after you select the green and the red and then the blue. So put all 3 down. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it did just pop up. Oh, once the gate opened up there. That'll open up this gate for us. And grab the converter. And then we're going to put it down for the minute. Grab the other converter. And now, what we're going to do is hit the green behind the gate. And then the opposite side, right over, we're going to do the red. Now we need to grab the other RGB converter. Yep. And we need to put this in front of the line right there. So we need to hit the red one right in front of us, the green one, and the other RGB converter. But I've accidentally just done this in the wrong place, look. So as you can see there, the black line in front of us, it means that obviously the laser or the beam is in the way. So you need to hit those 3, but in front of the line right there. And again, so it's not this one that you need to hit. So again, it's the red in front of us, the green on the left, and the other RGB converter. But again, sometimes it can be a bit of trial and error because obviously you need to get everything in view. So apologies about that right there. But it is the red, the green, the other RGB converter, and then finally that gets everything going and we can finish the 2nd puzzle. Right, so now we're going to get our first Prometheus spark. So from here, head immediately to the left, not down the steps, but staying on the grass. And then just over one of these edges right here, where is it? It's over to the left slightly. Here is our first out of 24 Prometheus sparks. Now we have to collect 2 of these a level in order to get all 24. That'll get us the spark achievement. Then we can just continue heading straight onwards. No, continue going straight onwards, where we are going to find the next terminal. Again, these are the terminals, not the text adventure computers that I accidentally told you about in the prologue. So you'll also get another achievement here for exploring content on a lost terminal. Now, if we were exploring lost content these days on the terminal, it would just be influencers shaking their booty and apparently influencing someone. I don't bloody know. Anyway, on to the next puzzle there, just up from where the terminal was. The alternative option. So grab the converter. Now, it'll probably be easier to put the box on the fan first, because, as you can see, the fan goes. What you need to do is get the green, and then hit it on the blue and the red. So if you put the box on there first, and then the fan on top of the converter on top of the box, then put the switch on, then obviously you'll be able to get that done straight away. Now remember, if you do drop your converter with all connections, remember to press the right trigger in order to pick it up with all the connections. So for some reason, I decided not to do that, and I just made life a little bit more difficult for myself right there. So yeah, so that's what we got to do. So yeah, again, my apologies. These first few puzzles wasn't completely using my brain, but remember to press the right trigger to keep the connections if you ever have to drop it for some particular reason. So there we go. So pop the fan on, then turn the switch on. There we go. So I promise I do make the puzzles a bit easier and a lot less backwards in future. So yeah. So please don't hate, appreciate. So once we have done this, now I did try and have a look for any of my team members. There may be someone, Byron or Melanie or whatever her name is, walking around. If not, don't worry about it. Again, we'll see them a lot later. Again, if you see anyone, make sure to just talk to them. Okay, so we're going to speak to Doug now. Again, it's in the social media, but it's fine. Choose I consent, of course. Now, these are specific dialogue options that you have to choose for the Not What It Seems achievement. So, Doug, I am the dog. We're going to choose knowledge. So we're going to choose I am the knowledge. The big bad knowledge. Highway monitor. Next up, choose yes. Lying can be okay. Again, these are very specific ones that you have to choose in order to get the achievement Not What It Seems. Next up, choose yes. Bad behavior deserves to be punished. Which is true, huh? We not lie. Next up, choose the universe is weird. We'll never fully understand it. So the universe is weird. We'll never fully understand it. And then, nextly uplia, we are going to choose human progress shows things that get better and stay that way. So human progress shows things can get better and stay that way. And then just two left. The next one we'll be choosing is we should not disregard the wisdom which brought us here. So we should not disregard the wisdom which brought us here. And finally, we're going to choose no. Prayer has no effect on the world, which will be very offensive. Christian's about to rage out and go all MAGA on us. MAGA in the capital city on us. On the game anyway. So no, prayer has no effect on the world. And that is done. So there we go. So the third time we have a chat with Doug will be the next time we unlock the achievement. So again, I'm just having a look out, seeing if I can see Byron or Melville, sorry. If not, all good. So head the opposite way which we came. So sort of around the previous puzzle building. So from here, take a left. Don't look to the right. Again, I was just checking to see if I could see anyone, but take a left. And we'll go into the next puzzle where we will do the elevation puzzle. So pick up the connector. Disconnected from the rest. I know. Right, we're going to pop this one down and grab the box. Now, put the box right in front of the locked gate. Take the connector again. And we're going to use it on the blue just behind the locked gate. And then if we bring it over, we're going to leave it right here, but in front of this gate. So obviously we get the two connections going. Right, so from here, what we will do is we can head in, grab the converter, and we will interact the green, the blue, and we'll put it, and the red on the outside of the wall, and we'll put it right on the box, and then that should get everything going. Okay, now from here then, we can grab the connector, and we will pop the connector just to the side of it, grab the box, and then the connections will keep going. Put this on the pad, on the, I call it the pad, but, and then anyway, use the connector on the GB converter, and then on the other side, oh, there's a box in the way. Okay, try and obviously get it so the connections don't get interrupted. And there we go. That's job done. Next puzzle done.
I have good news and I have bad news.
As always, just go ahead and skip all of the dialogue if you so wish.
Fix the transport system. I mean, I fixed another bit of it. Well, it goes to... If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was...
Alright, so once we get out of here then, we're going to head basically straight in front of us. We're going to go back down towards the previous puzzle that we did. So, yep, we're just going to go back to the previous puzzle. Take a right here. Again, just being on a lookout for any of my team, which none are about. Where the hell are you guys? A little something in my throat right there, sorry. There's no one up there. So, again, I'm only coming up here just to have a look, see if I can find anyone, which I can't. Everybody hates me because I am 1K, the special guy. The special Kellogg's guy or something. Anyway, let's head through this big mummy mountain. Mummy mountain? Anyway, from here, take a left. You can see the next terminal. This is actually part 1 out of 12 of the Trevor. So there's a few of these terminals which are related to achievements. There's Trevor's. There's some other ones as well. Obviously, I'm going to be doing all the terminals anyway, so we won't miss anything. So never fear, my little dear. Yeah. Okay, so Trevor kind of gets annoying after a while in all fairness. Starts funny, but gets annoying quickly. Anyway, Trudy door. Pick up the connector on the left, and then put it on the pad. I'm just going to call it a pad. It works. Head through and in through the last gate in order to get the jammer. Jamming one. Leave it in here, but jam the door directly in front of us. Heading out, and we're going to pick up the next converter. And then what we're going to do, pop it in the middle here, go back in, grab the jammer and put it on the door on the left. Or gate on the left, whatever. Grab the converter again, straight through. And we're going to put it on the pad where we can take the connector. So the door obviously stays open for us, or the gate stays open for us. I don't know. Whatever you're going to call it. Use it on the, 2 directly in front of us right there. And then just have that going. And then we'll grab the jammer again. And we'll put it on the door to the furthest left. Which means we can now grab the converter. And we can do it... select directly in front of us and just to the right and on the connector, and we'll drop it down, making sure obviously everything's connected, and that will open up the door for us. Yob yun. So let's get out of here now, man. Let's do this. Right, so we will follow the little blue spark for the moment until he starts heading left, because we're not going to be going left, we're going to be going right. Again, I will just have a look to my left now just to see if I can see anyone, which, as it turns out, I couldn't. So still haven't found anyone for the Team Spirit achievement, so that's fine. We're going to head to the right. And again, your people can be anywhere at literally any point, so yeah. Bit of a pain to try and find them, but it's all good. So we're just going to head up the steps. There's no one there either, so continue heading upwards. There's a big butthole flower looking thing. Big butt flower, sorry. But here is puzzle number 6. So let's just get straight into it and do it. Alternatives. Right, grab the converter. And what we need to do is, that's what I was looking for there. So we need to get this converter and we need to do it on the 2 switches on either side of the entrance door. So not this one. So please disregard that, ignore that. It is actually those 2. So there we go. The one that's on the entrance, the red and the blue. Sorry, again, I do apologize if I say some of the colors wrong. Sometimes it's, but yeah, my eyes get a bit weird. So once that's done, grab the other converter and then use it on the blue, the red, and the other converter. And that will open up the gateway for us. Ta-da! grab the left converter. It doesn't matter which one, actually. Then use it on the... If you turn around, use it on the left. Or, well, on both of the converters. And then the blue. And then go ahead, grab the other converter. Use this one on the... If you turn around, on the left-hand side converter, the blue converter, and then the red switch on the wall. And then that should be enough to open it up and get the puzzle. Dun, 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 dun. So, a few little miscellaneous things we're going to grab here. Immediately turn to the left and immediately turn to the left again. So just ignore that. We're not going to be following that thing. We're going to be taking the left. Again, I was just looking out for any Team Spirit people, see if I could get that achievement. But we need to not go down the stairs, but head along the edgeway pathway. Path? Science. Yeah. Alright, Melville. Okay, if we head straight down, this is where we can find the second Prometheus Spark. And then once you grab that, turn around, go back up the way you came. Now, hug the... So if we go to the right, but hug the left-hand side wall. Try not to fall off the edge. If you do, you'll just need to come up to where the puzzle number 6 is. But basically, stay on this. We're going to be getting our first collectible, the first human artifact. So again, stay on the ledge. We're going to drop down and jump down here. Again, try not to fall through the holes. You can't break your little robot legs, but so that's fine. But directly in front of us then is the first human artifact. The big old wheel iron ting. And that gets you to the discovery achievement as well. Right, so turn directly back the way you came. Now we can drop down, since we've got everything we need to in this area. Oh, we're literally by the entrance anyway. Oh, well, I say entrance, it's, you know, that long walkway, blah, blah, blah. Instead of going right up to the puzzle, we're going to take a left and go down. And then we're going to, I was just checking again, there's no one there, so never mind. But there is someone right here, so directly in front of us. Talk to Melville. Finally, Yogurt Head. Custard brains?
Bobbies? More do you want? Listen. It's big. Yeah. Confused.
Right, so that is finally 2 out of 4 for Team Spirit done. So, what we'll do now is the path I showed you earlier to go up those steps, that is the way that we need to go. So, again, apologies if it's a little bit confusing there, but of course the Team Spirit, everyone's in different locations. So, that's the way we need to go. Just continue to follow the path around. Now, remember, if you do get lost for whatever reason, you do have the mini-map at the top, as you can see. And we're just going to head into Puzzle Numero Uno Severino, Self-Sufficiency. Right, grab the dead fan. Put it on the pad and grab the connector. Use the green and use the green. Or, well, use the red and green, sorry. Go up the steps a little bit and put it obviously where the connections can, well, connect. Head down, grab the fan. Go to the opposite side where we're going to find yet another thing. Put it on the pad. Grab the converter. And again, use the 2 switches. So select the 2 switches, blue and red. Go up again the steps. And then also use the connector and the other switch on the opposite side. So make sure that all 4 are connected right there. That's all good. Grab the fan from the pad again. And then just put it down. Pop yourself up. There we go. As easy and cheesy as that.
Try accessing the tower, 1K.
Right, so let's drop down and we'll head to the right. And we're going to head to the right again. So not following the spark thing. We're going to head to the right and we're going to follow the path up where we're going to find the optional puzzles. So not only do you have to do 8 main puzzles in order to progress, you actually have to do a couple of optional puzzles as well. So grab the converter from the right and we're going to just pop this down on the pad on the left. Head in and around where we're going to grab the connector. Pop that on the pad in front of us. And we're back into the main entrance. Woohoo! Grab the converter again. And this time we are going to select. So we're going to put the converter on the pad so we can grab the connector. Then, with this connector, we are going to go over to the left, connect just the red one. Then we can grab the converter again, and we can interact with the blue, the green in front of us, and the connector as well. But again, make sure that it is on the pad. Like I said, if you do, obviously... Oh, there we go. Sorry, that was my bad. I was in the way. So once they are done, we can grab the 2 connectors from the behind the locked gate. Yes, my English is impossible. So hit the 2 blues, one behind us, one in front of us, and then put that on the pad. If you can, there we go. Come in. Okay, I'll try that again. Remember, if you need to drop it, press the right trigger in order to pick it up again with all the connections. For some reason, it took me a while to remember that one. So there we go. Once that one is done, we can now... Okay, see, now I'm doing it again. But I'll tell you why it isn't working, is because we need to take the converter off. So take the converter off the pad, and then keep the connections with the connector, and put the connector on the pad. Yes, so let's just do that. How about we just do that? Come on, Cal. The people are already sick of your crap. I'm sorry, Jesus. There we go, so we got there eventually. Sorry, the inconsistency is infuriating, I bet. So, put the converter down on the other pad so we can go around into the other area with the connector. Grab the other connector. So, select the blue directly in front of us. And then pop it down. And then if we grab the converter now, or grab the other connector from the middle, directly in front of us, select the blue, and then we can select the other converter. And that should just get one big continuous loop going. And then we can get the converter... The green on the left, green on the right, and the blue. And again, put it on the pad, and then make sure to hit the connector as well, and that should get everything going and gone. And when I say inconsistency is infuriating, I had a rather long message on True Achievements from he said he's not a hater nor a lover, but my inconsistency is infuriating. So I will try to alleviate those inconsistencies from now on. Anyway, head to the right, following the spark blue thing. Yep, continue on to follow it, because we are actually done with this little particular area. And we're actually just going to drop straight down into the water in a minute, because we are going to be finding a couple of terminals and a few more achievements and audio logs and things like that. Okay, so just heading straight. We will be heading to the right in a moment. Oh, is this somebody new? It's just Merv. It's just Custard Head. Anyway, let's just drop down then, where we can see puzzle number 8. So probably would have been easier to just head down the steps. But I seen someone. I thought it was someone new I could talk to. It was just Yogurt Head. So here we go then. Straight into it. Anybody about? Nah. Alright. Into Entanglement, which is another Disney film probably coming up. Right, grab the connector. Put it on the pad in front of us. Opens up, grab the converter, and we're going to put that on the pad where we can take the connector, look behind you, and use it on the red, and then put it down on the pad. So that'll open up, get a nice connectivity going. Grab the converter once again, and then just to the left, the green we will select, and the other connector we will select, and it's actually the blue behind the other locked gate next to the pad. That is the next one we will be looking at as well. But for some reason I had trouble finding it. So, yeah. I don't know why. So, there it is. There we got there in the end. So it was the green, the other connector, and the blue. That will open up the gate for us to grab the box from behind. Grab my box from behind. Ew. Go inside, pop it on the fan. And then head out, grab the connector, and then we'll pop this one on the pad, and then we can take the converter with our indicators apparently as well. Not that BMW and Audi drivers know what the hell they are, but, you know, it is on your car. And then we're going to select, once again, we're going to select the blue, and then the red on the right-hand side. And then we're going to go in and select the green as well. And then put it on the fan. go ahead, switch the lever on eventually, because we're going to grab the connector first. And then we are going to connect that with the converter. And then if we head back over to the right, put it on the pad, select it, and then what we need to do then is actually open up and now turn the lever on. But if you're wondering what's happening, you just need to stand on it yourself until it goes a bit mental. There we go. And then we should be good. Now everything opens up, we can grab the connector again. So select the converter at the top where it's floating. And now connect it with the green. So just behind. You won't be able to obviously get it through a locked gate. Even though we could pick a box up through the through a skinny path earlier in the prologue. Yeah, you can't get a laser through it. Anyway, game physics. All good, isn't it? But anyway, opening that up does that. Everyone's happy. Hell yeah, I solved all the puzzles in the area. What the hell are you guys doing? Looking at things. Right, so you can see the big statue in the distance. That is what we need to be looking at next. So the box, so again, the connector at the top and the statue directly in front of us. This is where we're going to start getting a lot of these sort of stars and everything. So you basically have to collect all the puzzles in the area. Again, you do have to put this in a very specific location so that it can actually reach the statue directly in front of us. And once you've heard that noise, that means you're good to the bone. Good to the bone. So, just go left slightly and straight. And this is where the first star will appear. Yay! Plus another achievement as well, the All Gifted. That is for solving one Pandora monument. Again, we will have to be solving all of these monuments throughout the game. So, from here then, we're going to turn around and basically go back towards puzzle number 8.
I think that was more like a recording.
Yeah, your mama recording. So, yeah, just continue going straight ahead, ignoring all the frogs. Not that you needed to anyway. So, there's puzzle number 8, but we're just going to continue on down the same pathway. And then eventually, just as we head, not down there, just seeing if there's anyone about, sorry. So, head to the right here. There we go. And we're going to start getting up to these sort of miscellaneous parts and getting all the rest of the achievements. But if we just go straight, you can see the next terminal now, slightly right, now left. And here is the next one. This is another recording. But this will be 1 out of 12 for the achievement Ecstatic Truth. So again, just like the terminals, we need to be grabbing all of these anyway. Okay, so from here, turn to the right again, then left, and then right again. Hey, you're banal. So, time to get yet another achievement. If we turn to the right, we can see where we can finally build some bridges now. We've got all the pieces ready. This is basically Tetris. So as you can see, you select the piece with the right bumper, rotate it with the right trigger, place it with the left one. So there's only one path that you can choose. I believe there's only one set of bridgings that you could do. So it's effectively just rotating or, you know, just following along. Following along with the video. And, yeah, just doing the same thing that I do. I'll be honest, in this first one, I do make a mistake or two on the final bridge. But it's not, you know, you don't lose anything. Apart from time. I'm sorry. I lost you so much time, and I apologize. Please don't hate me. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do then, we're not going to go straight ahead. We're going to drop down to the right into the water. And we're just going to go straight, because we're going to be picking up another human artifact. So, yeah, if you basically went straight into the structure-y, towery bit, it wouldn't have ended the level, but, you know, we'll just get all of the miscellaneous stuff out of the way first. So as we head over into the islandy bit, you should see in front of you somewhere a human artifact, which is just a radiator. And then what we'll do is turn to the left. Now, we're going to be coming up to an achievement. This is going to be the easiest place to get this achievement. But there is also one part in the DLC, which apparently is also very easy as well. But obviously, if you just want to get this out of the way now, you can see a blue little spark there. Now, this blue spark needs to be chased. Now, what you have to do, we'll touch it and we need to chase it. Now, in some parts, it will sit down. It cannot sit longer for more than 5 seconds, I believe. So what we need to do is just follow it, and as soon as it sort of sits down on whatever it is, we need to just touch it so it continues on its way. Now, the achievement is for... So right here, quickly touch it so it gets going again. And then just follow it. Now, the achievement is for not letting the chase music end. But obviously, I've turned the music off, copyright issues, etc. But yeah, in all fairness, all you got to do then is just follow it and just touch it when it sort of sits down and lands. So as we follow it up to the bridge, it's going to actually stop twice. So here is going to be the first time. And then don't jump off to the water on the left. It's going to stop again directly in front of us. So follow it. And then follow it again. Now it starts nipping off to the left into the water. And it will now just head directly towards that monument, which will give us a couple of achievements actually. Chasing the light, the thief of fire, and this is where we get the Prometheus star as well.
There's another one of those monuments.
Not all things must be balanced. When good is weighed against evil, tip the scale.
Alright, so once the excitement of all the achievements pop in there, from the Prometheus star head directly in front of us, we're going to find the third and final artifact, human artifact of the level. And it's going to be a little tricycle hanging in a tree, hanging in the wind, blowing your hair off. All the way to the end, and ta-da! There it is. The human tricycle. And that is job done. Okay, so from here we are going to be getting... so for me, I'm going to find my third team member, finally, out of 4. Now, I don't get the 4th one until the next level, the Eastern whatever it is. And we're also going to get another... It's an audio log. So another audio log, big giant statue thing. So heading towards and then past the Prometheus star, where we're going to head slightly left and then heading up the steps again. See, hasn't this been fun, you guys? Ouch. Ouch. Okay, that's annoying. Careful. Careful. Don't fall! Okay, we didn't fall. Good. So we're going to take a right. And then you can see what looks like someone sitting down. And that's because someone is sitting down. And that, if we run into him, that is the first out of 12 of the Straton of Stagira. Thingamajiggers. There's also, for me, Byron right here. So, again, if he is here for you, give him a little chat to.
I'm someone... When Alexander... It's a... Because we...
And now there's only 2 more things left to do. If we head literally now directly in front of us, you can see a little doorway. That is where the first out of 12 lost labs are. And if you remember, I said at the beginning of the area, I said we needed to find 12 of these lost labs. Again, just having a check, seeing if my 4th team member is about, which they are not. So, screw them! Screw! Anyway, here we go. So we're going to head down. Head down. And, I mean, it's pretty lost. It doesn't seem that lost, but yeah. Oh. Yes, it is. So we'll continue heading down. How about you check out my terminal? Okay, so there's nothing in the one door. There is this other terminal here, so interact with it. This will count as terminal number 4 out of 30 and Lost Lab 1 out of 12. So once we have finished messing around with this, we can finally just head to the capsule and we can finally finish the Grasslands Ring area. Everything's collected, everything's done. Now we can head on to the next one. Now, of course, you can either follow the same path that I do, or, obviously, we just need to get into the big tower now where we cross the bridge. The bridge is basically directly in front of us. So, follow the path that I do, or, of course, you've got your mini-map at the top, so just head towards the bridge using your mini-map. Things about to get spooky. Potentially. Head straight through and head straight into the light, Caroline. Caroline, don't go into the light.
Is that some kind of anti-gravity?
I'm not sure. Could be, I guess.
In the beginning, the gods shaped humankind out of the clay of the earth and gave them life with their own breath. But who is closer to perfection? I speak in riddle. Fire may belong to those...
Guys, look at my stream. The beam 1K activated is connecting to the pyramid.
That looks like a massive amount of power.
We need to talk about what just happened. Thoughts?
That doesn't necessarily...
I thought it seemed...
I don't disagree.
Well, if you've wondered what dying feels like, apparently it's a lot like that. So, yeah, there we go. So we've just died as a robot. Anyway, this will be the Grasslands Ring finally over. So all we're going to do is head literally now straight in front of us, find the capsule. Let's get to the next area. It's fun on the burn. So I called it the Eastern Ring or something earlier. It's actually the wooded plateau that we're going to next. So let's do it, baby. And away we go then. So let us head to the deliciousnesses, that is the wooded plateau, niz. Go on then, press the A button, damn it. Or the X button, yeah. Anyway.
Alright, everybody. I'm sure you're all excited to check out the next site. But while you're there, remember that I'm still trying to fix the rest of the transport system. Maybe there's another one of those labs that won't...
Alright then, so after Melville stops her yapping, we're going to head to the left, first of all. And there we go. So it'll obviously always tell you where the puzzles are if you do get lost. You've got the mini-map at the top as well. So, you know, just keep those in mind. But here then is the first puzzle. But straight away, before we do that, I have Melville to talk to. Not Melville, Alcatraz. So this is where I'm actually going to be getting the Team Spirit achievement. I have now spoken to all of the characters on my team. Hopefully you manage to get that in the Grasslands ring, or you'll be able to get it here. To be fair, this area seems a bit smaller, so I did end up seeing a few more of my team in this place. So hopefully you've got it or will. Okay, so once that's done anyway, now we're going to head straight to puzzle Uno, which of course is called Quantum Tunneling. So we've got a few new mechanics here. So immediately turn to your right, take the driller. And then this basically, only on certain parts of certain walls are you able to make a hole. So do it on the sort of right-hand side part of the wall there. Then head over to the opposite side, where we can see another driller. And now we're able to actually drop this driller outside. Magic. I'm so magic. Okay, now with this driller that we've just dropped outside, if we go across to the opposite side, put it against the wall, and then we can go and grab the driller from in here. So now we got them both outside. Job done. Go to the other end of the wall there, pop the driller in, and then go back and get the other one. Then what we'll do is drop this through the hole. And then what you can do is go in through the purple gate. You're going to have to turn this driller around. So you can't actually grab the driller yet. You actually have to turn this driller around so it's looking at the wall, and then you're able to grab the other driller, and then pop both of them on. Use your fingers to, you know, finger the thing, and yeah, it's all sticky. Right, so once we get out of here, we will be going for the 5th terminal. So from here, turn to the left. And then we can just sprint straight through, following the path along. We're going for terminal number 5. And we're also going for Trevor's Biographer, 2 out of 12. So just over onto the right there, you can see that little wooded plateau. Yeah. And then just go ahead and interact with the terminal here. Again, this will be terminal 5 out of 30. There's a lot more than 30 in the game, but obviously just for the achievement. And this will be Trevor 2 out of 12. And then we can immediately basically just go straight in with puzzle 2 called Mutual Aid. So turn around, you can see the purple gateway. Head straight for it.
I think humanity is awesome.
Okay, so first things first, straight ahead of you, go and grab the driller. And then we'll go around the opposite side of where the laser wall is and pop it straight down so that the laser is pointing through. Self-explanatory. Head to the opposite side there to grab the jammer. And then we will just go through the red sort of gate behind the driller and press right trigger to jam it. Go ahead and grab the driller again. And then go behind the jammer and then create a hole in the wall. Again, just behind the jam there. Take the jammer again, and then unjam the gate. But you're going to have to do it from, just behind the driller right there. So then we can go around the corner, and then we will be able to actually grab the jammer. That's why we needed to do it around there, so we can actually grab it itself. And then we can place it now on the gate. So we can grab the driller itself. And we can go through the gate now. Magic. Okay, heading over here. Just leave the driller there for a second. We'll go back and grab El Jam Jam. The old jam and sandwich. The old PB&J. Use it on the gate. Grab the driller. Go through. And then just head around. And then what we'll do is just pop this on the pad right there. So it'll open up. And that's the job done again.
I keep thinking, why puzzles? Is it just their symbolic value?
Right, so once we get out of here, we'll take a right, where we'll just go straight for puzzle 3, called Backup. Now, one thing I should also mention as well is, if you do restart, if you get stuck in a puzzle or whatever, and you restart checkpoint, I believe that some of the puzzles will actually reset. And it's actually what messed me up, which I'll show you a little bit later on. So yeah, just hopefully if you're just following along with the video, we're all good. You don't ever need to restart it. But anyway, take the driller, immediately go to the right and use it obviously on the right wall so we can pick up the connector. And with the connector, use the blue in front of you and the blue on the right. And then just leave it down. Obviously you're going to need to do it so it actually works. As you can see, yeah, just, there we go. So if you're having problems there, just pick up the driller and go again. Anyway, that'll open up the gate there on our right, so we can pick up the RGB connector thingamajigger. Converter, sorry, that's what it's called. Pick up the driller, we don't need that anymore, and we'll pop that right on the opposite end. So right sort of where the laser bit was there. Not the laser, the other bit. Anyway, grab the connector, use the red on the left and the right. So we just got that going. And the gate on the left there will open up, so we can pick up the connector again. And then straight in front of us then, what we'll do is select the one red on the wall and the other converter. So that gets a whole nice little beam going. The connector. And then pick up the driller and then again use it on the wall to get the blue thing on the wall out. And then grab the converter. Use it with the connector. So, well, first of all, we'll use it with the blue. There we go. So we need to just get there. So blue and then green on the wall and then the other connector. And then just put it somewhere where it will actually work. If it doesn't, just use the driller to pick it up. And there we go. That's job done.
Good work. Keep going.
Right, so let's get out of here now. So we'll take a right again, and then what we're going to do in a minute is go for the achievement, Not What It Seems. When we get under here, take a right, and then sort of stick with the right-hand side sort of as much as you can. And, yep, so with the right, there it is. So that's what we're looking for, that little bit of monument or whatever it is, because this is where the next Prometheus spark is. So this is Prom Spark 3 out of 24, and then we will immediately basically get a message here. So again, go to your social media and we're going to speak to Dog, because he is the dog, the big bad. Just say yes. So this will be the last one. Again, just choose the same options that I do right here. So first up, choose the top option, which will be, who are these people? Make sure to now choose the Scholar, which should be the top right option. So basically, if you had followed the dialogue from the previous two conversations with Dog, you should now have the Scholar. So make sure to choose said Scholarini. And then for the next one, choose the top option. Yes, please do. Cheers. Yes, please. Okay, just say when. Ah! And that's it. Not What It Seems. That achievement is now done, so we don't have to worry about that particularly one anymore. Anyway, drop down, head to the right. So we'll just continue on our way up underneath the archway bridgeway. And we will now be coming up to the fourth puzzle. So there's another one there, Melville. Obviously, I've got all the team spirit, so you can if you need to. So straight in front of us anyway, pick up the driller once we get here. And then what we'll do is, if we just head to the left, there it is, that's what I'm looking for. So left and then around, so you can create the hole where we can pick up the connector. And then for the minute, just drop the connector down here. And then pick the driller up and basically head to the opposite side. So, not in the middle where we got the driller, but all the way over the other side where we can create another hole. Now, we can't grab the box just yet, so head back. And it's all the way to the left where we can find the connector again. There she blows, matey. Why is the rum always gone? Now go back to where the driller is and pop it on the pad. That will open up the way for us now in order for us to grab the box. The box! We're going to pop that down right on the fan. And then what we'll do is just go around the opposite side again. We're going to grab the connector. And we're going to connect it with the blue right in front of us. And then if we go around and we're going to head up, there is another one. There we go. So you just need to connect that. Pop it on top of the box, on top of the fan. And then we'll grab the driller. And then what we'll do is where we've done the top one, that's where we need to create the hole. So not there, obviously. But we just need to create a hole at the top and then go ahead and turn the switch on directly in front of you. Annoyingly. Did it work? Oh, no, it's good. No, not annoyingly. We're all good. Okay, so now that will end it. Yeah, that's the end of it. I thought there was something else we had to do, but there's not. So let's get out of here, chums, and head to the right once more. And right again. So immediate right and then up the hill. And we're going to take another right now. We're going to find the next human artifact. So again, stick with the sort of right-hand side, not falling off the cliff, going straight in front of us. And eventually we will come up to the human artifact collectible, which will be the tank. There it has.
I thought it was interesting.
Okay, so from the tank, just turn around and drop down. We're going to be going for... this is puzzle 5, but it is actually one of the bonus optional puzzles that we can do. And again, we need to do it anyway. So let's have a look. Keeping connections. Alright, go to the right driller first. And then create a hole on the left-hand side of the wall. And then pick up the connector. And then obviously use it on the red on the left. And that'll do. Pick up the driller. And then do it on the right-hand side. Where you can find another red switch. We'll just call it a red switch just for ease of access. Again, make sure to press the right trigger. So that you keep the connections, of course. Very important. But once you have popped the other connection on, we can actually just run straight through the gates. Go to the right. Pick up the other connector. Now use the red on the left and the red on the right. Now you have to place this perfectly. So you see the gap down the bottom there? Make sure that it is around there. Because this is the one I actually had to restart it on. Because I placed it too far, I basically couldn't do the ending of it. So I had to restart it, which then messed up another one. Which, I'll show you a little bit later on. But make sure that that is connected there and you are able to see it. Because we need to grab the other connector, select that connector, and then head all the way up. Where we can use the other red switch on the wall. And then hopefully you've done it just enough right there. That'll open up. And that is this optional puzzle, Dunos.
Any progress on the particle clouds, Melville? It's pretty clear they're integral to how all of this functions.
Okay, so once we escape the hell, we'll take a left. We're going to be going for the next terminal now. So basically continue heading left in between these little mountainy, cliffy things. Following the path. Following the path. Following the path, baby. And then take a right. So we're going up the hill now. And here is going to be the next terminal. This will also be number 2 out of 12 for Ecstatic Truths. So pop your palm on it. Old cold palmer. And there we go. So again, this will be number 2 out of 12 for the Ecstatic Truth achievement. Right, so when we do that then, slightly right, and we'll head down. And right there you can see what kind of looks like a butt flower. I just, for some reason, that's the first thing that popped into my mind. Head towards that butt flower. Okay, we'll call it a nice pearl flower. Butt flower's funnier. Where we're going to find, there we go, Prometheus Spark 4 out of 24, just on that little rock ledge thing right there. Right, let's go for the next puzzle then. Once you've got the 4th Prometheus Spark, just go ahead and follow the puzzle around, or the path around. Here's puzzle number 5. Well, this is puzzle number 6 technically, duet. So immediately head left, grab the driller. And we'll use it to make a hole right on the other side, through the sort of window. But do it on the other side. Head to the other side, where we can go through the purple gate and we can turn on the switch. Head back and around. And this time we can grab the driller once again. Now, you can't take the driller through the purple gate, so just be wary of that. But create a hole through the window on the left wall there. And then head to the other side again, where we turned on the switch. This time we can jump up to the fan. Yay! Etc, etc. Next, we can now grab the jam, and we can actually jam it through the newly created hole. So make sure to do that, and then we can climb up. Drop down, and then from here, we will grab the driller once again on the... there we go. Sorry, I got stuck right there. So past the first driller. Now we can grab the second driller, and we can use it on the hole. And then with this driller, again, obviously you can't take it outside. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So just go ahead and drop this one outside, and then we'll have to go back around. Point the driller at the hole, and then that means we can grab the other driller. There we go. So I've said driller enough times now. You probably hate it, but still. So go through the window there, next to the jammer, create another hole, grab the other driller from behind, and we're going to use this on this wall to the right of the pad. Doesn't matter where, just there is fine. Next, we can go and grab this jammer. Where, again, we can't take it through the purple, but we can do it through the newly created hole. Grab the driller there on the left, pop that on the pad directly in front of us, and now we should be able to just sneakily walk around and finish the puzz. So we're going to be going straight for the next puzzle. Go directly in front of us, follow the path, and there we go. We can find the next puzzle. This one's going to be called Passage, or Passage for short. Okay, so this was kind of a fun one in all fairness. You take the fan directly in front of you, go to the left. Oop, don't drop it, especially not in prison. Jump up to the fan, and then we'll just put the fan on the pad. Take the driller, and then jump on the fan to go to the other side. And then what we'll do is we need to use the driller to create a hole, again, just in the wall in front of us there. Grab the next driller, and we'll drop that outside. Go ahead and just drop down. And then grab the driller. Point it at the hole, so we can create the hole, and we'll climb back up the ladder. Once we have climbed up the ladder, we'll take a nap. Now, we'll just take the driller, and we can drop this one down as well. So that's 2 out of 2. Take a poo. Get out of here, you. So if we head past the middle fan, we now need to create a hole looking directly above. There is a jammer up there, which we need to grab. So, as you'll be able to see, you may not be able to get it first time. If that's the case, just move the drillers a couple of times. Just move them about, that's all. But it should fall down eventually. Maybe third time lucky. Oh, I seed it. I seeded it. So, take him. Maya jammer. Take it. Pop it just on top of the gate right there, so on the pad. Just looking up, but it's all good. Grab the driller, and again, we're going to create a hole on the opposite side where we got the other driller. There we go. Anyway, we'll do just there is fine. Grab the other driller, and we're going to head to the fan, and we jump back up. Pop this one down anyway, and this time we're going to grab the fan, drop that, and put the driller on the pad. And then we'll grab the fan and jump across. Drop the fan outside. And then simply head down. And now that we have the fan, we can pop it on the fan in the middle, jump up, and job done. Okay, so from here then we're going to be going for the next puzzle. So take a right and head up the hill. There is the secret lost lab, which we'll do in a minute. There's Byron again. Hopefully you've bumped into all of your team though, so you don't need to worry about that. Of course, this says puzzle 7, and I'm saying puzzle 8, but we've obviously already done one of the bonus optional ones. So directly in front of you then, this is called Eye of the Needle. So, first of all, grab Driller, and we are going to put it on the pad. There's 2 pads here, so we'll put it on the right-hand side one. Go and grab the connector. Put it on the other pad, so the purple gate opens up. Go back in, grab the Driller, and go into the left sort of room, should we call it. Create the hole and grab the box. Head out, and we are going to pop this one just on the side for now. We'll come back to that in a minute. Grab the Driller again. Then we're going to put this back on the pad. And we're also going to create a hole there on the right as well. So make sure you do that so the gate opens up for us. Grab the box, head around to the left. We can jump up on it. Go to the right, grab the jammer. And then what we're actually going to jam is just right through the hole. There you go. So you should have just enough leeway there to do that. We're going to go back, jump up the ladder, or climb up, drop down. Go ahead and grab the... Where are we going to go? No, we're going to go to the opposite side. Right after we grab the connector. Of course, we need the connector to connect things. Grab the connector, so do the blue on the entrance sort of wall. Then head all the way to the opposite side. And put it on the other blue right here. And then put it just on the flowers, just close to the wall there. And you should have enough of a gap in order for everything to open up. And job done again.
That was extremely convoluted.
So, the next 2 puzzles, we are going to be going for the 2 miscellaneous achievements within the puzzles. They're easy enough once you know what you're doing. So, head to the right once we get out of here anyway. And then, are we going left up the hill? No, we're going straight through. Yep, straight through. So, straight through the little archway. And these 2 puzzles with the miscellaneous achievements are basically next to each other. So, don't have to go far, which is nice. But here we go then. So, Seesaw. Now, for the achievement, you have to finish or basically complete this using only 1 connector. You can pick up the same connector as many times as you want. Just make sure that you only use the 1. So, first of all, we're going to do the 2 red ones. There you go. So, 1 on the left, 1 in front of us. That'll open it up the way. Grab the Driller. Again, Driller is fine. It's the other connector you're not supposed to look at. Create the hole so that it is looking at the laser there, right in front of us. Then go and grab the same connector. Again, remember, only keep picking up the same connector. Do not use another one. With that, go to the left where you can find the blue, and then turn to the right where you can find the next blue. And then put it down sort of somewhere. Again, make sure you press the right bumper to keep the rest of the connections as well. Always do that. Now, what should be happening is you should have... It should be around this area where we get all of the connections going. If, again, you're having problems for whatever reason, just use the Driller to move it. Or just move it enough times that it works. I mean, it will work eventually. Come in. Come in. Oh, there we go then. So, yeah, like I said, always press the right trigger to keep your connections once you pick up a connector. Right, grab the Driller now. Since we've got one of the gates open, point it at the left-hand side wall where you get all the blue pointing out. And that is how we complete that one. And that is, now you should be getting, there it is. You should get the single rod achievement for completing Seesaw by picking up just 1 connector. So, easy enough. Does take a little bit of trial and error there to get it in the perfect places. Right, so from here then, what we'll do is turn left from the last puzzle. We're going to go and get the other achievement now. Just basically follow the path up and around. There she blows. Okay, so for this one, we have to complete this level without doing multiple loops. I'm not sure how it sort of worked out, but basically don't do multiple loops. Just do, again, exactly what I do here. So, don't poop them, just loop them. Pick up the connector. We're going to pop that on the left-hand side pad. So again, make sure you only honey loops, not honey poops. Grab the driller and put it so you can see the red switch on the wall. Again, I know it's not a switch, but I'm calling it a switch for easy sakes. Just so that the switch there is just sort of hanging on to the left, where you can see it, but it's not dead on in the middle. Roughly about there is fine. Go through the gate and pick up the box. Yes, you can't actually do that. Die. Which is fine. It doesn't void the achievement. You need to just put it through the hole. Oh, again, take that. So we'll go in, grab the box, and we're going to drop this on the pad. Again, I do wonder if there's a girl called Trudy Hole. Grab the connector, and we'll pop that through the hole as well. Trudy Hole. And then we will go around the other side, where we just dropped said connector. Pick it up again. Use it with the red behind you and the red on the left-hand side wall and put it on the pad. So that should give us one pad done. Heading back and around, grab the box this time. We're done with that area now. We'll go to the other side, pop the box on the fan. And now we need to grab the driller. So grab that one. And then we need to put this on the pad, but looking at the wall directly in front of the box. And then that'll get a fan going. Kabam! Square in the hair. Right, grab the driller again once that is done. And then just through the window there, make sure to do it where you can actually grab the box. So we can go through the purple gate to the right, going around, grab the box, dropping it on the pad. And that should hopefully then get you the just one lap achievement for completing loop without completing loop without poop. Which is very impressive indeed. But yeah, so as long as you didn't do it in multiple circles and you've done exactly what I done, jobs are good on yas. Yas, nya, 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 nya. Okay. Yeah, sorry, my crazy laughs are still right back in it. So just go ahead and follow the path to the right and then down to where we, to the seesaw puzzle. And then what we'll do is actually just obviously go through the seesaw puzzle and we're going to grab the next terminal. Now this one is just terminal, you can see it on the right there. This one's just going to be terminal 7 out of 30. It doesn't have any other significant meaning other than it being a terminal. So once we're done with this then, we'll take an immediate left. You can just stick in the water if you want, but we're going to take a left. We're going to be going for the 2nd out of 12 Straton of Stagira. Stagira, whatever it's called. So up and basically heading through the trees. So we're sort of going downhill now. On our right is going to be a couple of golden gates. Obviously we can't get through there just yet. So continuing on straight forward. Through the trees and then just over to our left, I believe, is going to be the big giant thing. The Straton of Stagira. Yeah, this guy. So go ahead, go straight into him to get the 2nd out of 12 done for that one. And then what we'll do is head back the way we came. Because we're going to now complete and do a... I forget what star it is, but basically the one big puzzle that we're going to do. So what we need to do then is, again, look at your minimap if you do get lost, but head towards the 8th or the puzzle just next to the terminal that we've done. So basically seesaw. And then what we're going to find, which you probably didn't notice before. So there we go, number 8. There's a switch on the back. So we need to turn on this switch. Sorry, I forget the star that we're going for this achievement. But grab the star, go straight ahead of you. And we will basically be heading back, sort of the way we came now, turning on switches. So just go ahead, follow the path. And we're going to be going this time for number 7. There it is. So number 7, make sure to turn on the switch. And then from number 7, we'll go just to the left of us. So we're going to go to the left, bypassing a few. I think we go for number 4, I think, next. But anyway, head straight through the trees. Run, run, Forrest, run before you get a needle in your bum. Or something. Sounded about right, didn't it? Again, just continue heading through the trees, and then eventually we will get to the next puzzle here. So this is going to be number 4, as I said. And not on those. There we go. So just next to the entrance of it is going to be... Ta-da! Turn the switch on. So sticking with the left-hand side then. So continuing left down the path, we're going to be heading for the 3rd puzzle this time. Again, just follow the path around. Take a right. Well, we don't need to go to number 3, but so take a right from there. And then continue following the path. Like a good boy. Who's a good boy? Yeah, you're the good boy. / girl. Sorry. And then just continue. Yep, continue. And here we are then at number 2. It's number 2. There's the switch. Turn the switch. And you'll know you've done it right when you get the... Yeah. So, head back to the right. We need to actually go into the backup puzzle. Now, like I said earlier, because I restarted one of the puzzles earlier, for some insanely annoying reason, this should already be done for you. So this should be completely, absolutely already done for you. So all you have to do is do what I do in a minute. So all you got to do then is pick up the converter. Again, with the right trigger, so you keep all the connections. And directly in front of you, just on the top of the big triangle, make sure to connect that up as well. Again, you might have to do a bit of moving. But again, because I restarted it, this puzzle restarted as well, so I had to do it again. But as long as you didn't restart any levels or checkpoints or anything, or restart any puzzles, you should be okay. So head sort of up through the trees. Now, we're basically following the laser beam. Straight through the trees. There we go. Up and up and up. And we are by this big old building. What looks like a train track. The train tram railroad. So just go straight underneath that. And here is the monument. So that was just the sort of big puzzle of the level that we had to do. So pick up the star right there. And we will get the achievement. Mistress of Riddles. Yeah. So, going past puzzle number 5. Oh, this level just flew by, didn't it? What fun we had. But yeah, so hopefully that puzzle number 3 there was all good for you, so you didn't have to do it again. So, back past the terminal that we came. And here is puzzle 8, so we need to go back into puzzle 8, Seesaw. And with Seesaw, we're going to grab the connector, where it's got all the blue on it. And just up above, you might be able to see, you need to grab, use that selector and the statue there on the top left. And so, yeah. Again, you'll have to place it a few times there in order for it to go, you know, perfectly. But it is, as you can see there, the big statue there on the top left. And then wherever the hell that is there just in front of us. And again, you'll know you got it right when you get a... Yeah. Kind of sounds like Arnie, but... worse. So head up the hill. And you can see, there we go. So straight on our left there is the next star, which we can grab. Doesn't come with an achievement, but we need to grab this star anyway. Okay. So for now, we can... Where we go in? We're going to head back down. So, yeah, down the path to the right. And to the right again, where you can see the butt flower. That's what we're after. So we were after the butt flower, sorry. So, apologies there. Got a little bit confused. But we're going past that butt flower. Again, it's not a butt flower, but you know what I mean. Heading to the left, where we can see the tramroad railroad. There's the next butt flower that we're going to go past. Where we found the Prometheus spark earlier on. And then just continuing, heading on our way down. And we can finally start doing all the bridge stuff. So we've got everything. Now we can do the bridge stuff. Again, obviously placing with the left trigger, rotating with the right trigger, and selecting the pieces with the right bumper. So hopefully you can just follow along, and it ain't too bad.
Halt, creature of clay. Prometheus had no authority to summon you. Your desire to protect...
So, after your delightful little conversation and everything, you should now get the Wooded Plateau achievement for activating that tower. And then we can just drop straight down, but we're not quite done yet. We still need to go and find and get the Lost Lab and the 2 terminals inside them. And we will also get another achievement called Overload as well. So, just get over the bridge. And once we're over, turn to your left and head that way. Now, again, you can just follow the mini-map if you want, as we head sort of slightly up now, right and up. But we are heading for the Lost Lab. So, yeah, we're just going past puzzle number 5, it said right here. So, past there. We're going to take a right again, so we're going right past the rocks on the left. And past puzzle, whatever that was. And then, there we go. So, the Lost Lab. It wasn't too difficult to find, but it is directly in front of us now. So, again, just follow straight in and keep heading down. Again, there are 2 terminals that we need to grab in here.
Looks like you found another lab.
So, the first one is going to be not that one. We'll come back to that in a minute. But head up the other side, go up the stairs, and the first terminal is here. So, once you've grabbed this, go down, use the other terminal. That will be terminal 8 and 9 out of 30. And then with the cutscene that precedes terminal number 9, you can actually just go ahead and skip it, but you will unlock the Overload achievement. And then it's a simple case of following the tram and heading to the next level.
The world is a wonderful place. Every day we take another step forward. Every day we come closer to the truth. The closer we get, the more...
$1K. You just connected to an extremely powerful data. You were lucky this time, but...
A new person?
Honestly, it's probably easier if you either follow me or follow your mini-map this time. Yeah, so either way, go past the butt flower and, yeah, let's go. Let's head on, scientific explorers. On to the eastern wetlands we go, man. Eastern wetlands. So, are you ready? Let's take a drive. Are you ready? Go to the eastern wetlands. I hope it's dry there.
After 1K found those labs, I started thinking, where did all the tech come from? So I had a look at the serial numbers, and it turns out the answer is New Alexandria.
Oh. Wow. That, I guess that makes sense. After the explosion, the colony was abandoned. Nobody ever went back for all that stuff.
We had enough to deal with. So many dead.
So that's one question answered. But how did they go from scavenged Alexandria tech to all this?
How did we go from nothing to where we are now? Through the application of reason and the right tools.
I wonder why it is called the wetlands. Is it because of the water surrounding it, or is it that big purple thing coming out of the huge stars? I don't know, whatever the hell that thing is right there. That's, interesting, interesting. Anyway, first of all, we're going to take a left, and we'll just follow the path to get to the first puzzle.
Whatever it is, it's a lot stronger and less brittle.
Are the labs made out of the same material?
So here we are then, inversion. First puzzle, take the inverter, select the red right in front of you, and if you turn around, there we go, the blue there, just pop that down. That'll open up the next gate. Grab the next inverter, and then we are going to select the blue to the left, and then to the left opposite the wall, the opposite same wall is the next one. Pick up the other inverter, and that'll open up the gate. Run. What we're going to do is actually turn around, select the other inverter and the red on the wall opposite. That'll open up the way, and that's the first puzzle. Done.
I've managed to extract an audio file from 1K's data stream incident.
So from here, we're going to be going to get the Straton of Strategia, whatever thing that is. So slightly right, but not following the path. So slightly right, follow the tree line, basically with the cliff edge on our left-hand side. You can see the like tall building-ish looking thing directly in front of us. That is where the next Straton of Strategia, close enough, is. You're going to have to wait until these guys finish talking, and then give the Straton a little talk on.
Maybe it's whatever powers the megastructure.
Right, so once they've stopped yapping their guns, interact with it. That's 3 out of 12. Now find the big structure. There it is. We're going to basically be following that structure. Just get rid of the cliff face right there. Next up, we're just going to be going for the second puzzle. So just keep following the path around. You can see the little body of water. This is probably why it's called the wetlands, not the big purple thing coming out of that star. Crossing the bridge, and here we are, number 2. So, are you all ready for a number 2? Let's do it. Okay, take the converter directly in front of you, and the blue on the left as well. Pop those down, that'll connect it up. Gate opens. Grab the inverter, turn it around, and then interact with the red and the blue. And make sure there's a good connection going there. Pick up the connector. Go into the newly opened gate. And now interact with the red on the wall. The other red, so the 2 reds. And then just sort of leave it, right about there. So pick up the other connector. Select the other connector as well. And then come around and then interact with the other red on the wall. And then that should be enough then to get the gate open, almost. Pick up the inverter. Now select the connector and the other blue on the wall. Oh, sorry, I was just in the way. That's why it didn't open. There we go. That opens that up. Puzzle 2 done. Right, so next up we're going to be going for the 5th Prometheus Spark. So heading over the bridge, and then from here just go directly in front of you, and on our right there's going to be a little gap in the walls. Not too far ahead, there it is. Now, this part can be a little bit of a pain in the old back and beehive. So it's a little bit of a climbing section, so if you need to, if you'd rather do it in third person or whatever, you can obviously do it in third person by pressing the Y button. It's this part here. What you need to do then is climb up. So climb up as you would. And then on this part, you're going to press the right bumper to sprint. And that is pretty much the only way that you can jump up there, is by sprinting your way over, but not jumping too far. So that took me about literally 3 minutes of trying. So don't worry if you don't get that your first time. But literally just for that last jump there, make sure to do the sprint, toggle the sprint on. But head to the right when we get out of here anyway. And directly in front of us you can see a blue thing. This is a new collectible called a remnant. So you'll get a remnant of the past achievement. And yeah, that's remnant 1 out of 20, Future Cat. So from there, basically heading in the opposite direction, we're going to be finding the next terminal. A couple of collectibles, hitting us square in the Napoleon Dynamites straight away. That's what we like, straight off. Here we go, following the path, and ta-da! Fox, come back, Fox, I want to pet you. Maybe not this time. Okay, there we go. So once we have done that, we will then head towards Puzzle Tree. Because we need about Tree Fitty. And Puzzle Tree Fitty is about directly in front of us. So let's crack on. And do it then. There and back again. So take the connector, the red on the right and the red in front of us. And then put that sort of in the corner-ish. Go into the newly formed gate, grab the inverter, and go back around where we're going to select the blue and the other red. And then put that just in the gate there, or just, you know, behind it, whatever. Pick up the connector, interact with the blue on the wall, and then if we come around, put it on the pad, and then interact with the other blue, that'll open up the gate. Then we can grab the inverter, and then this time we're going to select the connector, and then if we come around, we can also select the red as well. Make sure that the lasers are in line there, so you can open that up. Grab the converter. And what we're going to do is come out here, select the red, and then select the green. And then we need to go back, and we need to grab the other, grab the other inverter. And now we can interact with the red as well. And we can select the converter, and then that'll open up the way. And that is puzzle 3 done. But that is what an inverter does. It comes in handy. By the way, if you're wondering at this point in the recording what's going on with my voice, I have a chest infection. And it's pretty hard to breathe right now. So yeah, if you're wondering why the gap. Anyway, from here, take a right. We're going up, slightly left as well. Hello. Goodbye. So just continue on your little merry way all the way up around till we hit number 4. Number 4. Okay, might as well do this. Refraction. Pick up the inverter from the left. And then interact with the blue and the red. So which was behind you and on the gate. The gate opens up. And then we can pick up the inverter again. So from here, go back into the other one, and then interact with the red and the blue directly in front of us, and the inverter as well. Pop those down, that should open up the gate for us. Pick up the right-hand side inverter, the right inverter. Select the other inverter, and then the red, and the other connector directly in front of us. That will open up the gate. Job done. Now we can go and grab the other one. So this is the other inverter. Interact with blue directly in front of you. Keep in the other connection. Don't worry if you accidentally didn't. Just make sure to get those two connected again. And then use the progress wheel to crack on. God, are you sick of me saying inverter yet? Because I'm sick of my own voice right now. Right, so when we get out of here, we're going to take a right. And you can see the angel statue. Now, we don't actually have to go in here just yet. But this is where we're going to be doing the Prometheus star. This is where we're going to be grabbing the star in just a little bit. So from here anyway, just turn around. Basically, we're just heading out back the way we came. And then taking a left. So basically just going past this angel statue where we jump down, find the path. And we can find the first lost puzzle of the level. Alright, so transposition. So grab the jammer in front of us. Jam the left gate. So that'll open up lovely. Go around and pick up the connector. And then we're going to connect the red directly in front of us. And we're just going to leave it like that for a minute. We can't actually get in there to grab the driller just yet. So we need to grab the jammer. Use it on the right gate where the driller is. Now pick up the inverter. Select the blue in front of us. And then go ahead and select the connector. Pop that down. That should then open or keep the gate open for us. So now grab the jammer, jam the left gate, and head through. Now we're able to grab the driller. Just take that out of harm's way. On the left, open up a nice little holy hole for us. Holy, 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 holy. Grab the connector, and we're going to drop that outside. And then what we'll do is go around to the other side where we can grab the inverter and pop that on the other side. Doing a good old wife swap right here. Or an inverted swap, as it were. Alright, grab the connector. Now, interact the blue, so select blue, and then blue on the very left-hand side there. So you've got a nice connection going. That's what a connector's for. In case you haven't been playing the game yet. And now go around, grab the inverter. And then what we need to do is place this quite perfectly. So you need to select the other connector and then select the red. Now, obviously, it's literally just a case of keeping the connector. But once you have done that, you need to unjam the other way. Now, what I've done here is, because I didn't get it connected straight away, I didn't get them all connected. I'm going to have to do a little bit of back and forth here. But it's all about placement, as it is always. Now, so that's got the blue going, but because I'm silly little sausage mans, I need to go and get the jammer for the other one. Jam, open the other door, or the other gate. And again, just need to place it down a little more perfectly. So, if you think that you've got the connection down and that's looking connected, what you need to do then is just go and jam open the other gate so that the connection, well, connects. As you can see, I know that I've got it down perfectly here. So jam open the other way, and that should open up the gate there on our left-hand side. Job done.
I sent the drone to have a look at one of the other puzzle clusters.
Okay, so getting out of here then, take a left. Straight through the gap. And then when we get to the top of this little path, we're going to take another left. Right about here. And then just follow the path till we get to the 5th puzzle. Here we are. Okay then, chaps. Puzzle number 5. Right, turn the switch on. Pick up the connector. And we are just going to, right in front of us there, so connect, oh sorry, there we go, right. So connecting the blue on the left and the blue on the right, that's what we're looking for. And we're going to pop that down, grab the inverter, and then we are going to go in front of us, the red and the blue. So select those two, pop them down. And then from here, turn around, go around, turn the switch off, and then just wait until the gate opens up before we turn it back on. Grab the, what are we doing? Grabbing the connector, so we can now interact with the inverter, and inside the little gate place, the little blue. So there we go, that's what we're looking at. Going back around, gate should be open now. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else complicated about that. So I thought I was expected to do something else, but there ain't. It ain't. Alright, so let's get out of here now. Right, from here then, we're going to go straight in front of us. Right, so sort of going off the right-hand side path, you can see whatever they are. Going right around, and we're going to grab the next lost lab. And the terminal inside this lab. So just follow the way down, interact with the terminal, come back outside.
Sure that the labs and the puzzles belong to the same people?
There seems to be a connection between the experimental setups in the labs and some of the puzzle technology.
Correlation does not necessarily imply causation, though.
True. But just because we don't understand the connection, that doesn't mean it's not there. What we have here is two things that reflect each other. We just don't understand how that reflection works or what causes it.
Maybe Miranda can tell us.
So once we're back out, take a left, and that little area there is where we're going to be getting the 6th puzzle, called Hidden. Hidden. Up and hidden. Right, grab the connector in front of us, connect it with the blue on the right, so just on our right, and that's the only one we're doing for a minute. Behind us, go in the gate, grab the inverter, and if we go around... There we go. We can actually interact with the blue on the left, the red in the middle, and the connector as well. So pop those 3 down. That'll get the next light going. So as you can see there, we need to unhide some invisible gates. So grab the connector. Going in the middle of the already connected connectors, the blue and the blue, just opposite each other. And then pop it, yeah, just in front of the inverter right there. That's fine. As long as the connections are connectoring. Grab the inverter again and go back around. And then interact with the connector. Oh, sorry. There we go. So we need to interact with the connector and then the red in front of us and the blue on the right. Give that a little 3-way. Sorry. And that is pretty much about it. So straight in front of us. Go ahead, grab the connector, keeping... no, you don't have to keep the connections. Just grab the connector, come back around to the left, pop this one down on the pad with the inverter, grab it, put it down on the right pad, and that is the next puzzle done. So now we're going for the next Prometheus spark of the level. Turn to the left, slightly left, well, all the way around left. You can obviously see it on the mini-map. So we're just heading towards the trees, or through the trees. You can see this little structure in front of us. Sorry. And right in the middle of it is the 6th Prometheus spark. Remember, there are only 2 per level. Okay, so from here then, head basically directly in front of us. Sort of out of the trees and slightly left. You can see the body of water. That is where we're aiming towards. We're going to grab the next collectible, the human artifact, which is the slide right here. And then if we go... So from the slide then, if we go sort of in front of us but off to the right. Obviously we don't want to go too far in front of us because it is literally just water and nothingness there. But we're heading to the right. Sorry, just getting my notes, getting my bearings. And you can see the next terminal then right in front of us. This terminal is number 12 out of 30, plus it'll be Ecstatic Truth, 3 out of 12. Okay, so now we're going for the next puzzle, puzzle 7, which is backward propagation. Left from the terminal. Basically, you can see this big star in front of us. Obviously, that's what we're sort of heading towards. Or you can just look for number 7 on your mini-map and just go from there.
Pathetic about these ruins that evokes anger and even contempt. I feel it is a mistake to accept this catastrophe with equanimity. What we see here should...
Welcome to backward propagation. Right, so grab the inverter from the right. Interact it with the red on the left, and then just pop it down on the pad right here. That's obviously going to open up the way for us, so we can grab the other inverter. Directly in front of us, the blue and the red. Connect those two together. It's all good. Then what we could do is come out, grab the other inverter, connect that with the the other inverter. So grab the inverter, connect it with the other inverter, keeping the connection. Obviously, you're going to have to come out a little bit more because for some reason the one laser isn't going to go through. So connect them back up. Interact with the pad. Just wait for a few seconds until it turns red. There we go. Now we can jump back off. Grab the inverter again. And this time we're going to interact with the two blues, and the other inverter. Step on the pad again, that'll open up the way. And that's puzzle number 7 done.
Congratulations! That one looked difficult.
So when we come out of this puzzle then, right in front of us you're going to see the second remnant collection. Right in front of us, blue little thing. So walk into it. This is going to be Miranda's Study. So remnant 2 out of 20. So from here, turn basically the opposite way, heading again towards the star monument thing. Take a right.
Permanently changing network of organisms. And every one of those organisms is almost infinitely complex.
Okay then, here we are at the second lost puzzle. So, what you need to do is, to the left, stick your head straight through into the hole. Hopefully you can get out. Grab the inverter, put it on the pad, and we can pick up the drill. The driller, It's very important, the driller. Okay, pop that one on the pad, pick up the inverter again. And what we'll do with the inverter is on the left, and then the one directly in front of us. And then the red as well. So that will be 3. You will also need to just go around the other side and connect it to the other red switch thing on the wall as well. So there it is. That's the one you need to be looking at. And then if we come over to the right where the driller was, or the driller was making a hole, this is where we're going to put it. Right, so that's it. So once all 4 then should be connected up. Lovely. Yep, that's what it should be looking like. That's the boy. Alright, grab the driller. And obviously make a hole through the wall so you can get things going, moving. That'll open up the gate for us. Grab the other inverter. And this time what we can do is... Now, it can be a little bit finicky this part, but the red on the left-hand side we need to connect. There it is. So once you can select it, may take a few little goes right there. And then if we come over to the left and we can interact with the other inverter as well. So make sure to select the other inverter. Go a little bit more left than this. There we go. So you've got those 2 connections going. Then from here, grab the other driller. Pop it on the wall on the left on the pad as well. So that'll open up the way, and that'll be the puzzle completo. Spaghetti-o. Puzzle number itomono. Yeah, or something. Right, so from here, immediately left, grab the connector, and we're going to connect that with the blue, which is directly in front of us, while leaving it on the pad. This one can get a little bit complicated, slightly. In front of us, grab the inverter, red directly in front of us, and then the red just to the left, and the connector as well. So we'll pop those 3 down. Make sure you've got a good, stable connection. Nothing in the way. Job done. We can't beat a little fun after having your brain melted by a bajillion puzzles. Right, go to the right. Grab the inverter. Now, select the red or just off to the right. Directly in front of us. Turn around. The blue. And then go behind the connector. And then interact with the 2 red on the right. Well, the 1 red on the connector. And then put that on the pad. Grab the other connector off the pad and we'll pop that down. And then make sure to keep the connections there going. So that you've got 5 connections on one. Put the connector outside. Come in here. Or go straight ahead. Grab the inverter. Now, you need to put this out of the way so the connection is blocked. Put the fan down. Or put the box on the fan. Now, quickly, what you need to do is interact with the connector. And put it on the box. So if it jumps up in the air... Quickly put it in front, and then as soon as you do, quick as you can, keep the connection and put it on the box. And then that should fly up. Now, don't go onto the fan again, because if you do, you'll knock the box off. And you'll just have to do that bit again. So make sure that the connection is good. Grab the connector, interact with the blue, and then it should be up in the air as well for you. Pop that down, and that should be the final puzzle done. Right, once we get out of here then, turn to your right. And we're not following any path, but we're basically doing a 90-degree angle, sort of. And then heading basically towards the railroad. So you can see, obviously, the train track, railroad, whatever you want to call it, directly in front of us. That is what we are heading towards. Woo! Oh boy, it's getting hard to breathe right now. Anyway, you can see my big, giant, bulbous, fantastical, statuesque head. So we're heading towards him. Jump down, break your ankles in the water. Get eaten by robot fish. And then just underneath, or just past the hands, should I say, is the next terminal. And this is number 3 out of 12 for Trevor's biographer as well. So we all love listening to Trevor whine about the non-complexities of life. Well, time to listen to him bitch and whine again. See? Okay, so from here then, we're going to the right of the statue. Again, just heading towards the Staros Monumentos. And directly in front of us, there's going to be a switch. And you can see these little pillars or whatever. It's not on the middle one, it's the one on the left. Sorry, I did get a little confused here. Like, where the hell is it? Ah, there it is, just on the left. We got there in the end, didn't we? And you hear the nya. Means we're good. Okay, directly in front of us again then. Excuse me, get out of my way. And just follow the path around and down. We are actually heading for puzzle number 3, there and back again, if you'd rather just use your minimap.
Please try to do better.
So here we are there and back again. Yeah, get it? Because it's the same name as the puzzle? Yeah. Alright, so what we're actually going to do... Now what we need to do is remember to keep the connections. So, very important, so you don't have to do it all again. Keep the connection, turn to your left, and you can see right in the distance something blinking in the way. So add that to the connection and keep it down. I think... Oh, wait, bring it back a little bit. Sorry. I placed it wrongly. We need that green going as well. So make sure, again, keep the connections with the beam in the distance there. There we go. Job done. So make sure that it is looking exactly like this then. We are obviously just going for the 2 stars that we need for the level now. So from there and back again, turn to the right and go around. And yeah, so we've obviously got the big... It looks like a star. That's what we're heading towards. Left there, you can see the little butt flower. I mean, it's an eyeball flower, but it kind of resembles more of a butt flower for some reason. I've got issues in my brain, sorry. So heading straight down, and then what we're looking for then is that first star. So the first star, if you look on your mini-map again, it'll tell you that it's around the left-hand side area. So again, apologies, did get a little bit lost there. But if we just head up and up and up, it's just past puzzle, what's that, 6, I think? Ah, there it is, the angel statue. So there you go. So you should see the blinking star statue. That one is now done, so we can go and grab that. Oh, I feel so good right now. Right, so that is one done. Now, I do apologize. I do get a little bit confused here. But we are actually heading for puzzle number 6, hidden. So if you want to have a look on your minimap and find the way for number 6, it's not this way. So if we turn it around, Kiel, turn it around, Kiel. There we go, we need to head up. So basically heading upwards the way we camewards. And then if we just nip through all the trees, we can find the body of water. There we go. So head towards number 6. Ah, not that hidden now, is it? No. Right, pick up the connector from the left. And then if we... So, literally just left from where the connector was. You can see a little something in the distance. Oh, wow. Make sure to connect that. There it is. And then if we go around close to the entrance / exit... You're not going to be able to see it from here, but you are going to be able to see it from here. It's on the rock. Big rock directly in front of us. Or on the big statue-looking thing. There is a connection there, I promise. There we go. So, well, pop it down where you can get some actual connections going. There you go. You just heard the... Yeah. So, follow it up. Go to the statue. Claim your prize. So once you have claimed your prize, just follow the path ahead. We are now heading towards the bridge in order to finish the eastern, slightly wetlands.
True idols are rejected because the truth is feared.
Oh, Sphinxenhausen. Now, again, in terms of, we'll just skip the dialogue as we have been doing. And I don't think, again, that it matters too much in terms of dialogue for this one. You can choose whatever it is you want.
Yet many great...
The megastructure. It's opening.
3 receivers, 3 towers, 3 beams, as we suspected. I think this is an invitation.
Doesn't look that inviting.
So then, this will finally be the end of, well, almost the end of Act 1. It's the end of the 3 main puzzles in Act 1. We just got to do a little tiny bit in the megastructure to completely finish it. So, let's do it. See you with the megastructure. Hulk smash and stuff. Beef patty. Plankton trying to steal a Krabby Patty.
Mystery worth investigating. This technology could change everything.
Oh, all right. I'm not winning this, am I?
Nope. Let's meet up with the VTOL, everybody. We're going in.
So, let us then head to the megastructure. Babura. You know, Mecha Barbara, South Park? Yeah, we know. We know that one. So, yes, as I said then, this is going to be a nice, easy one. Only about 12 to 13 minutes or so with the very, very end of Act 1. There's only 3 very simple puzzles in it. And there's just a little bit of walking, plus a little terminal that we're going to grab as well. So first of all then, we'll head to the left and head up the steps.
Completely unknown type and state of matter. Completely inexplicable within our understanding of physics. Created and manipulated by someone.
Yakut, take us in.
Aye, aye, sir.
Have any of you ever read an ancient writer called Ian Banks? I guess not. He postulated the concept of the outside context problem. That's when a society encounters something so advanced, so different, that they simply could not have conceived of it. That's what this is. This whole place is one giant outside context problem. And we're headed right into it.
I think I can set down over there. Should I?
Please do. I can't wait to get a closer look.
Setting down.
Okay, everyone. We need to explore as much as we can.
Into Barbara. Barbara. Right, so again, the paths in this are pretty linear enough. Very hard to get lost, in all fairness. There's not much to explore either, which is always nice because, you know, we've done a lot of exploring and a lot of puzzles. We all just need a break right now. There is one terminal we're going to grab in this room. So here, turn to the right. So not quite that right, not the second right there, but the first right that we've come up to. There it is. So we are going to grab this terminal, and in a few, well, it'll be just at the pretty much the beginning of Act 2 is where we're going to get the Lord of the Files for reading 30 terminals. But, of course, we have to read a lot throughout the game anyway, so it really doesn't matter if we miss it in a few mins. Okay then, so from here we'll just go back into the main area on our left. Take a right now. There is a terminal over there, but little broski's on it. He never moves, so that's all good. Yakult, the yogurt guy, he's just having a look at the elevator. We're going to head to the right of where Yakult yogurt guy is. And eventually we're going to be able to be let through this golden door.
Hold on a second, 1K. I think I can find an override for that door.
Maybe after that you can help me with this elevator?
One problem at a time. What's going on with these fast structures? Okay, door should be opening. Now, about the elevator.
Actually, the elevator's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No idea where I am, but it's working.
Don't go too far. Try to circle back.
On it.
So, Yakult, the yogurt guy, is going to speak to us. Again, doesn't matter which dialogue option you choose, so pick what you're wanting.
When we first arrived here... I'm glad I'm not the only one who's...
Got like a big carrot or something here. I don't know. Is this like the robot rabbit gods? Who knows?
Looks like another set of puzzles. Same pattern, 1 gate, 3 receivers. Like some sort of fractal symmetry.
Right, so once you've done this last part of the bridge then, when we get over, we're going to take a left. Not going to the bridge in front of us. We have to do 3 puzzles. So, go and solve this puzzle bridge on the left. Again, hopefully I'm going slow enough for you that you can easily follow. That'd be nice.
Getting locked out of parts of the system. I think I've tracked down some more schematics, though. Let's see. This might do something. Or not.
So now take a left and slight right, where we're going to enter the first puzzle. Again, these 3 puzzles are extremely simple, so we'll head straight through to the next bridge, where we are just going to do another bridge. Go through to the bridge where we're going to do another bridge. Yeah, you got the gist. Okay, let's go ahead and do this thing. Right, so first of all, grab the connector. Not the converter, but we're going to grab the connector. And then we're going to do the red right in front of us. And then opposite side, turn slightly to the right. We're going to grab the other red, pop that one down. Grab the inverter, or converter, sorry. And next, interact it with the connector and the green right in front of us. And then just pop that down. Make sure that all the lasers have a nice connection there. And that should be good to go. So, let's head back around. 64 Zulu. Okay, and then with the gate open, we can head in and grab the other connector. Select the blue in front of us. And then the opposite side, grab the converter. So the right-hand side one, the converter. That then should make it green, open up the way for us, and we'll be able to just basically head up the only linear path that we can go. So straight ahead of us. And up right to pull the first lever.
Good job, 1K.
This is madness. Even the walls are bursting with power.
Okay, Puzzle 2 no coming up now. So again, very simple. May look complicated. It's really not. From here, what we're going to do is head right into the open gate. The already opened gate. Take a left through the purple gate. And we can find the other connector behind this purple gate. Pick it up. And then just interact with the other connector right in front of us. So there we go, just got one red, beautiful beam going. Head back to the left to grab the inverter. And then we're going to interact with the blue directly in front of us there. And the other connector with the red beam. Stick that on so you've got a nice connection going. And that is honestly all it is. So just head forward and pull the next lever. And then it's just a literally case of just going back down the way we came and then following the next path. Or we can actually just drop down. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Drop down, just to make things a lot easier. And then drop down again onto the bridge. You should just have enough damage and momentum there not to fall straight through. So, take a right this time. And we're going to go and do the other puzzle now. So just when we get up the stairs, turn right. Here we are. And let's go and do it this last one. So, grab the driller and use it to put a hole in the wall to the left. There we go. Then grab the connector from there. And then we're going to use the red on the left, the red on the right, and then spin around to the left to find the next one. And just pop the connector back through the hole. That should get all three going. Gates opening. And we head right down. Basically this is going to be the third and final cleaver. Leave her alone.
The gate's open. 1K, if you want to, go ahead. I'll finish up.
So yeah, again, I'm just going to go ahead and skip the cutscene, which I do diddly do. And then we'll just head up. And obviously, we're just basically going back the way we came. But what we need to do is when we get to the bottom of the steps, we need to take a left. So I go, so left, straight down the stairs. And we're going to be building the next bridge. Basically, we're just heading for the end of Act 1 now, which is rather nice. So it's a nice short one. Everyone's chill. Don't go left here, because that's a bridge we've already built. We need to go the opposite side to a bridge we need to build. But yes, so I do like this. When there's a lot of sort of intensity in games, there's a lot of collectibles, and there's a lot of puzzles and things like that. It's nice just to have 10 to 15 minutes where things just slow down. It's a bit simplified. Our brains can only take so much with the crappiness that is real life as it is. So, there we go then. We're going to build another bridge and then just effectively just keep following the little marker in front of us to get it done. So then, actually, after watching this or deciding to skip it, this is going to be the end of Act 1. It's going to jump straight into Act 2. So once it is done, we'll be straight into Act 2. And we then will do a little bit more in the megastructure. And then we'll head to the Desolate Island, which will be the first island of the wholety of Act 2. The human form. Divine.
Athena.
The founder was here?
She could still be here. What if this...